Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a feel-good Friday night. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You put another week in the books, and we are ready to go as we cap off your week with a little bit of WWE Smackdown and some Rampage. We'll get into that, but lots to talk about, lots to get into. Apparently, The Rock has as much to say about wrestling as we do right now, so it's going to be a fun one. Get in the chat. Make sure you get your snacks, your feel good, and don't be a stranger. Don't be shy. Be a part of the family. Let's have a little fun. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream. We are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anyone else out there. And we're back at it again with SmackDown and Rampage tonight on a crazy weekend, a busy weekend here at the channel. Tomorrow is our birthday. We're marching towards 4K. So be a friend, tell a friend. Let's get to 4K for our birthday. We're right there, right there. But, folks, we got to get into SmackDown. First and foremost, Cody's supposed to be in the building. Seth's supposed to be in the building. We got matches galore. We got The Rock cutting 20-minute promos on social media. It's going to be a fun one, but who's going to take you on that journey? Well, it's going to be me, Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and my buddy Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream, Champions of the World, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, 100%, we've got the most electrifying night in sports entertainment here tonight with Friday Night Smackdown. Stack card from top to bottom here.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, Nick. Lots of buzz, lots of things to talk about. And I know people have been very critical, might be the right word. I don't know how to put it, but people have had their opinions definitely about the Rock situation with this whole match, stepping in, taking Cody's spot. We want Cody. But undeniable, I think if anyone out there doesn't want to see the writing on the wall, this has been great for business. This is great for interest. And there you have one of the biggest personalities, stars in the world, and literally cuts a 20-minute promo on everything that he's feeling. I thought he killed it. I thought it was interesting. Cody's response was funny. This is wrestling is back. Wrestling is cool again, my friend.
Absolutely. The Rock even said it from the mouths of Hollywood stars, from guys who could almost be presidents in my country. But absolutely. The man did a 15-minute promo initially and then had to go back and add 6 more minutes of shit talking. And even Pharaoh out there catching strays just randomly. Like, I just ran over your goofy-ass dog.
Yeah. Threatening the dog, making fun of Dave LaGreca, which I thought was awesome. The man chose to wear a pink robe that particular day and ate it hard.
I mean, Dave, you kind of set yourself up perfectly for that target there.
Right? If anybody's shoving nuggets anywhere, it might be LaGreca. But yeah, folks, get in the chat. We got a little bit of time to kill before the show starts. And as I mentioned, it should be very interesting tonight. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We are full steam ahead. We got so much to talk about as far as the actual outside of the Rock stuff going on. But yeah, it's setting up to be a really good one here, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. We've also got Escobar versus, oh Christ, why am I blanking on his name? Dragon Lee in a street fight. We've also got Carlito, sorry, mea culpa. And then we've also got the women's tag match. We've also got Tiffy Time versus Trinity Time. So we've also had that added as well.
Yeah, a lot of intrigue here. Obviously Tiffany is getting herself over real big, at least, what we've seen so far. The Australian fans loved her. She kind of was a standout, maybe the MVP of Elimination Chamber, taking on Naomi. So that should be a very intriguing matchup. Not to mention, Bayley's going to team with Dakota Kai, and not to be overlooked here, but Dakota Kai is returning to the ring after 9-10 months absence. So she is joining Bayley.
Does she really?
What?
Does she really? Do you think that she can't compete or anything like that? Or maybe she,
I think she's going to get in there.
But right at the gate.
Yeah, I think there's a twist coming. I think there's going to be something interesting coming this way. So we've been waiting for this. We know she's been referred to as the mastermind. We know that we don't trust her. We're not sure if Bailey should trust her. So we will see what happens here with this one. Very intriguing, very curious how that is all going to play out. And again, Santos Escobar taking on Carlito. Yeah, I think there's going to be something in this street fight. I think we're going to get some surprises in this as well. Is Rey Mysterio ready to come back? Who else is going to get involved in this situation? Very, very interesting with that. And who else? Who knows what else will be added to this card here tonight?
Well, and like you even talked about on the intro, allegedly Cody's supposed to be there. Allegedly Seth's supposed to be there. They may be setting up again, allegedly for this tag match. I know you put it in our group chat, and I've seen that kind of stuff floated around. Of again, the fake WrestleMania cards are already starting to come out here.
Yeah, you saw that, eh? Like,
Stuff that's set up of.
Yeah,
I just happened to come across this.
Yeah, this was just laying around. Here it is, and it's never accurate, which is adorable, but it's still fun to talk about. Lots of maybes, lots of possibilities, but we'll see. And I see that chat filling up. We will get to you, folks. Make sure you get in that chat. And like I said, we are making a drive for 4K right now. We want to hit 4K for our birthday. Our birthday's tomorrow. We will be live with not only AEW Collision, but also House of Glory Reckoning. Celebrate. It's going to be a party here on the channel. And then, of course, Sunday, we're here early, 6 p.m. Eastern time, as we dive into Revolution and all the fun that could bring. So, again, the wrestling runneth over, my friend.
Absolutely. And like you said, wrestling is back. Wrestling is 100% pop culture again. It is relevant again.
This is good. It's good for all the companies. That's why I know people think that we're hard on AEW at times, and we have been as of late. But it's because if they can get their shit together, get dialed in, they really have an opportunity here to be a part of this burst. And they definitely had a hand in it. Tony Khan coming along definitely played a role, but we don't want to see them putter. We want to see them give us a better product. We want to see them dive in and deliver a little bit more than they have been. We know they got the potential. We know they got the roster. They just need the creative behind it and some storytelling to go with it. But yeah, I mean, whether it's House of Glory, Impact, everybody's trying to make moves right now. And it feels like wrestling is in a good place.
Oh, Impact just signed Hammerstone, which we saw last night when we were here with Anthony watching TNA. And then do you want to talk about the Miro, the big beefy man meat madness match? Then why that now we found out the truth as to why it went away and everything. I mean, if you listen to a Rock 20-minute promo, you can listen to us for about 8 minutes here and talk about things before we get to y'all.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, the Miro thing, I mean, I guess the Meat Mania, they were going to find as many meaty dudes as they could and throw them in the ring. But Tony didn't know a couple of his meat dudes were not ready to go, apparently.
I don't think he didn't know. I think it just that, of course, it's just Tony. It's scatterbrained. It's now we're hearing stories coming out that Tony's having the issue like Vince did of stuff's getting booked last minute, stuff's getting changed. And like we thought, and I've said for the longest time, WCW, we're hearing stories of doesn't work for me, brother. So you got to keep changing creative. So I think it's really weird that this all just dissipated because of two guys that weren't even initially advertised for the match. No one would have known that they were going to be in the match except for Tony Khan, and said, so we just add all the injured guys or the guys that we thought were injured into another match. And then Miro was weirdly getting heat on this too.
Well, Miro's had a tumultuous relationship with Tony Khan and AEW. He's one of the guys that, I mean, would you consider, if I was Tony Khan, I would consider releasing Miro. I don't know what to do with him. He apparently doesn't want to do anything I want him to do because he doesn't like our creative or who we want him to go under. Just let him go. Let him go.
Should we just do that with Miro as a pro wrestler? Honestly, like when's the last time we've seen him? But he's pretty much done nothing but squash matches. I don't know if it's exactly AEW's creative or just he's not getting over. He's not in anything relevant.
He is over. No. I would disagree with that completely. The Redeemer, the way he was doing it, if they had booked him properly,
Redeemer was over. He's not currently over.
Well, he hasn't been used at all. Like that's
because they just have him in bullshit squash matches, and I don't know if that's fully.
They haven't even done that lately, but he was definitely with his promos when he came out at World's End. He got a big pop. People were happy to see him, but everything that he's been in has sucked, and I guess he's very resistant, like Malachi Black, to just losing to every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the roster.
I don't, but that's the thing is, do you think those stories are legitimate? I don't think they are when it comes to Malachi. I think he's actually adamantly tried to shoot those down.
Well,
Um,
the thing with Malachi is he hadn't been booked in a singles match up until recently for over 200 days, 300 days, whatever the hell it was. These are prominent guys that could really help your show be cool and exciting, and you're not using them at all.
But is it a bit of that doesn't work for me, brother, like you were just talking about? Is it that situation? And that's why I'm saying if it doesn't work for me, brother, and it didn't work in WWE and it's not working in AEW, especially if you're Anthem and you've already got a rocky locker room right now with everything that's going on, do you want to add somebody that could cause more waves? So
I don't think he would cause waves, or I don't think it works the same way. I think if Triple H sat down with a Miro or a Malachi and said, "Hey, we want to bring you in. Here's our plan," I think he'd be more than willing to play ball. I think this is specifically an AEW Tony Khan. He does not respect Tony Khan. He does not like his booking, and he's been paid pretty much to sit home for the better part of 3 years. Yeah, I don't think he would be an issue if they brought him back.
Did Miro want out of WWE because of his booking?
Well, that was the Vince McMahon booking that was treating him like shit. You'd understand why he left. He got released. He didn't quit. He was released. And I think at the end of the day, I don't even necessarily like, I'm not sold on, you could bring him back. I think he'd be a nice middle card guy, put him in matches like a Gunther, push gun, bigger guys to the limit. But at the end of the day,
versus Gunther would be great.
Yeah, why not? I thought the Redeemer gimmick was working. I thought it sold well. It just never went anywhere. It just never led to anything. And then the rumor was that, okay, you're going to have a match, but you're going to go 10 strong with Sammy Garcia. And they were like, no. So again, if you don't have that connection, there's several people that Tony Khan, I think, has to come to a point where he looks at his roster and goes, okay, who do I not use? And what can I do with them? Or should I keep them? And whether he wants to or not, you're going to see more and more contracts expire, like Andrade, who ran back to the WWE.
Well, and then you've got everybody. We'll see, they're just using their AEW gimmicks. Yeah, but that's a whole other discussion. But you have a kid. To any parent out there, have you ever sat there and tried to take a toy away from a kid? It doesn't matter if they're playing with it or not. The second you take it away, that's the one they fucking want. And I think that's Tony Khan's problem.
Yeah, it could be sitting there collecting dust in the corner, and you reach out to grab it. Oh, no.
I'm still using that. I'm still playing with that.
So, yeah, no, you're definitely not wrong with that.
Well, let's get to the people. We've talked long enough. We almost went as long as the first Rock one.
Let's go. And we got to talk. Yeah, that was we still got to talk more about that. I thought it was great. Looking forward to Dakota turning on Bailey in their tag challenge, 100%. Juan, welcome back. See Money, welcome back. Damien's looking forward to Naomi versus Tiff, of course, and other things. The street fight. We had a street fight on Monday. We're getting another street fight tonight. Very interesting, but we'll figure that out. Juan, good to see you. Grab that, feel good. Naomi better look strong, putting over that annoying ass woman. We'll see how this works out, because you kind of need both these women to kind of be in good places, so they better have a plan here.
I think Naomi is in a good place. I don't get this weird backlash of like that. Well, because she got eliminated, like because she didn't win the match, that she's getting buried. It's no, she came back already in the full swing with a lot of these stories already going. So you, I think, have to wait till post-Mania before you really get a Naomi push.
Yeah, I really think that it's a very modern-day fan thing of like, every time someone loses, you bury, oh, they lost this match. Like, there's a way to do everything. And again, it's this idea that, if Naomi wasn't in the plans for what we're doing right now, doesn't mean she's not in the plans later. And there is a lot of talent with the WWE that we're trying to shuffle through. You can't have everybody. And we talked about this the other night. You can't have everybody at the top. They all can't be main eventers. They all can't be undefeated. They all can't go for the title. Like, there has to be a rotation. There has to be, some people have to be lower on the card. Some people have to take L's. And it's just the way it is.
Absolutely. Somebody has to lose the match, and it's all on how they lose the match, how they go out. If it's a terrible match, then we can discuss, like you said, that's a modern thing that seems to have propped up of, if you lose the match, you're buried regardless.
Yeah.
They don't care about you because you didn't win. It's no, well, not everybody wins.
No, and again, it's so quick to just write something in and make it work and make it make sense. Like we just talked about this with Chad Gable. Chad Gable loses 3 matches to Gunther. Gunther moves on and defends his belt to a bunch of other people. One vignette later, and you're like, oh shit, Shorty G's coming back. There's ways to do it that people forget real quick. Oh, you'll never win again. Cody. Cody loses at Mania, and everyone's like, oh, he's done. You know, his career's over, retire. Here we are a year later. We want Cody. We want Cody. Like, come on, we got a short memory here.
I was going to say, as fickle as wrestling fans are, they have terrible memories as well.
Boston, good to see you. He's looking forward to your mustache.
No, only super chats for mustache rise there, my guy. Do something strange for a low piece of change.
That's it. Chambers back in the house. How are you? How are you? Hope you're doing well. That's Gamer again. Steve-O, how you doing? Damien, Steve Chambers. Keep clicking on the same names. Dale, Eric, Steve-O again.
Well, was wishing us a happy early birthday.
But... Where was the early birthday one?
I'll get it. You keep clicking through.
There you go. You find the birthday.
Yeah. There. I got it. Steven said happy birthday, wrestling. So absolutely, you got a sticker.
Yeah, 2 years old tomorrow, folks. And like I said, we want to hit 4K for our birthday. So we're right there. We're getting close. What's up, cool gamer? Good to see you. Welcome on back to the chat. Dun, dun, dun. BK's with us tonight. Fred Bucks is also with us. 7 months a member. Manny Quest. Good to see Quest. Good to see you. Good to see you. MDB back as always. Larry, Mac, Christian. How are you? Greg. Oh, that's Greg. How are you, Greg? Tomatonga, random. There you go. But hey, maybe.
Well, there's been still this whole discussion of, well, they'll just go throw him in the bloodline because, again, I still hate this fucking reporting and this aggregating of content of Dave Meltzer just says some bullshit, just says what he thinks might happen, and everybody takes it like fucking gospel from the goddamn Pope.
Right. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous, and it drives me nuts. We complain about it all the time. Again, even everything he does right now is suspect, and I don't really care for him. I don't know why anybody pays money to be on his, behind his fire, his membership. I don't get any of it. I really don't, but it is what it is. Roman being overshadowed in his own WrestleMania feud, Rock, Cody, and Seth. No, he's still a fan. Listen, The Rock is a big personality. He's definitely going to be a part of stirring this drink. And yeah, it's really, but when we see Roman will be the guy that stands tall in all this. It will circle around Roman.
Yeah, I'm hoping, because I'm getting worried. I mean, we saw the little thing going around earlier before we went live of Roman showing up, and you got to watch the show to hear what I have to say and everything.
Exactly.
Kind of a little bit of a dig at his brother, or his cousin. Jesus. Because a lot of people were saying, why didn't we get this promo on the show? Because I don't think he could have done that live for 20 minutes. There was edits and pauses and cuts and everything in that.
Right.
But do you not think he should have bigged up Roman a little bit in that, of when he was mentioning about when WWE, when TKO sits down with Netflix, they don't ask about Seth Rollins. If he would have thrown in, even if they say about how he asked about him, what if they ask about Roman too? Then you big up Roman.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. And he is telling the truth. That's what makes it so good. Tell the truth. It is what it is. And he's not the full-time guy. He's the returning superstar. He's the part-timer, quote unquote. But he was addressing not only Cody, but the critics out there, the people that are bitching and complaining about Rock's presence. Well, that's the answer. I am the guy. And then that will eventually butt heads with Roman. Like, that is a story that still will be told. It might not be told at Mania, but that story is coming down the road.
Has Roman and Rock's story been going on longer than Cody's story? Because I think the second that Roman said, I'm head of the table, this, that, and the third, I'm the tribal chief, that started the Roman Rock story.
Yeah, I mean, it's been ongoing. That's what the funniest part of this whole situation was with Cody Rhodes this year, was that a whole contingent of fans really, really wanted to see The Rock versus Roman, period. They really wanted to see this fight, this battle, who was the head of the table. Even a couple months ago when The Rock showed up and made the comment of, should I sit at the bar? Should I sit at, people popped. People went nuts. You saw there was reaction videos. We were on it. That about, oh my God, he said head of the table. He said head of the table.
He even mentioned it in his promo.
Right? So we're going to give him the main event. No, fuck him. He sucks. We don't want him. Wait a minute. That's not fair. That's not the same thing.
But I liked with that whole promo, I know it was 20 minutes, 15 initially, but it patched up a lot of the plot holes that everybody had been asking about with what started the whole Cody Crybaby movement, the We Want Cody hashtag and everything. has now been at least given some backstory, given some explanation, given some lore.
Yeah, no, you addressed everything, including like, oh yeah, you earned it, you worked your ass off, you won the Rumble. I don't care. Like it's like, all right, essentially, The Rock is The Rock is The Rock, and I like it. I think it works. I think it plays well. I think they're doing good business here, and everyone's talking about it. Christian, good to see ya. Sorry, you were gonna say?
No, I just wanted to address Corey that you had pulled up there. What's up? I'm one of the poor people, so am I on the right channel? Absolutely.
You've come to the right place.
Right. Where everybody knows your name.
Oh, dun, dun, dun. Christian, good to see you. Good to see you. Clay, good to see you as well. Dun, dun. Damien still back at it. Real Wyatt saying, yo, how you doing? How you doing? Richard Jr. is back with us. Finish the story. People love to use the terms buried and jobber way too much without even really knowing the meaning. 100%. A loss is not being buried. You can get buried, but a loss is a loss. At the end of the day, this is like anything else. Like it takes like that to get somebody back in the mix.
Can we just admit that there is a wrestling hipster movement? There is a wrestling hipster fan that they just learn those terms, and it's like the fucking Princess Bride. You keep using that word. I don't think you know what it means.
Right? You keep using it, but I'm not sure you know.
I'm not sure you know.
There's this very like sharp reaction from a lot of the fans, especially I find the younger fans, is like we talked about it with Cody of like, oh, his career's over. He's never going to finish this story. I'm like, he didn't die. He might, like, if the story doesn't finish, and like we grew up in an era where stories took forever to finish. Like, and you go back before us. I mean, it took Dusty years to get to Ric Flair and people like that, where, you know, it took time. They built that anticipation. You know, they used to say like 2 years in the making, you know, 7 months in the making, long time in the making. Holy fuck.
A decade in the making.
Yeah. Like now it's like, well, we didn't get it right now. It's ruined. It's ruined. Oh my God. Like,
but it's even halfway. It's also off of just narratives that they've already made. Like that's the thing, is the fan base doesn't let the story dictate itself. They come up with its own ending before we even get close to there. And well, you didn't do the ending I booked, so so I'm mad now, and you did it wrong.
Mm-hmm. Swerve will finish his story at Revolution. I hope so. That's been my vote for months.
I think so.
The wrestling buzzwords, Nick.
Yes.
Moonrunner, good to see how you doing? I don't know if WWE's relationship with Punk is all that steady either. I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's fucking wonderful. I think he's happy as a pig in shit.
There's rumors that he's going to be the host of WrestleMania, which would be very juxtaposition between him and Dwayne.
Right.
Because they've advertised Punk for the last Raw before Mania.
Yeah, I mean, Punk's still in the mix. We saw what he did at the press conference. He was a standout. He added to the whole element and vibe of that press conference, and him being involved at Mania, him being involved at, on a Raw, him showing up, making appearances. I don't think there's any issue between Punk and the WWE in the least. He gets it. He wants to be there. He wants to mentor young talent. He wants to work with the Cora Jades and the Tiffany Strattons and the up-and-coming NXT talent.
Yeah, there was rumors he was going to replace Shawn.
He was going to replace Shawn. That's his ultimate goal, is to be, the new Johnny Gargano. I mean, Shawn Michaels. One of the two.
I like this stuff from MDB. People always talk about Cody's story, but what about Roman's story? He's been champ for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's got a story to tell, and you said that, right? Like, let's not forget Roman and Roman and The Rock have been talked about for months, for years, going back before when Cody was still in AEW. We were talking about the potential of getting Roman and The Rock at some point.
There was a point in time on the build to WrestleMania 39. We were sad as a fan base that we weren't getting Roman versus Rock, and we were settling at the time for Roman versus Cody.
Yeah, kind of.
Let's remember that, folks.
Kind of. Yeah, you're not bad with that, right? Like, that's kind of on point.
Yeah, it's amazing. Again, like I said, we're fickle wrestling fans, and we have the fucking memory of a goldfish, even though that's been proven wrong. But yes, we have terrible memories when it comes to anything. We're just, shiny. This is what I should cheer for, right? Yay.
Right. I like this one from Corey. Can y'all make some IWC D's nuts swag before O'Shea Jackson Jr. does?
I think we can.
I think we can. I mean, if no one else has copyrighted it yet, we might be able to get on that. But
I'm going to store that just so we remember.
Right. And I mean, again, that's another funny element to all that's going on in wrestling right now. I really think AEW needs to open up their fan base. They need to bring in more people, more fans. They need to, I mean, I hate to say it, but you watch that video of Sting falling down from the ceiling, and we've got it up on our channel. And as he's coming down, you realize there's nobody in that arena. Like, there's not many there. They showed like 1997 and now, and it was like, oh shit, that's a whole different vibe. Like, it was still cool, don't get me wrong. But I mean, yeah, the whole upper section, if you're not shooting it like this, you realize there's not many people kicking around.
They got some problems with that production team and everything. But so, as a Canadian representative here, as I see 83 people kicking with us, so I guess as we're talking about doing the merch store and everything like that with the IWCD's nuts, we do have the merch store, so you can't get that shirt yet, but I'm sure it'll be up there soon. But you can get your wrestling and chill and all of that stuff too.
Yeah, get your shirts, go get your swag, go be a member. Go join a bunch of the folks that have already gotten their shirts. We would love to see it. And if you do buy one, take a picture, tag us on social media, Instagram or Twitter or both, whatever floats your boat. And yeah, be a part of the family. These very quality, comfortable shirts. And right now I'm just stalling to find the button again. But
high quality, high thread count, folks.
Very comfortable. I have several of my own and multiple colors, multiple logo colors, multiple editions. Go check those out.
And again, like you said, if you send us you on social media, if you send a pic of you wearing us at a show, or like Scott was at the cruise, sitting there getting pictures with Chris Jericho, with the Dudley Boys and everything like that, and our swag and everything.
Right.
Love to see it.
And we are about, someone gave us a 3-minute warning. There you go, Manna. Thank you. So we are about to set off the show. We'll remind everybody one more time before we go live. We are back tomorrow. We have Collision. We have House of Glory Reckoning. Mustafa Ali's on the card. Alex Shelley. So much to get into with that one. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be our 2-year birthday party. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to have a good time. We're going to blow it up on a Saturday. Sunday, we are back for Revolution, and then another wrestling week is upon us. So make sure, be a friend, tell a friend. If you're watching us right now, anywhere that you know people are discussing wrestling, take our link, give it to them, bring them on over. We really do want to hit 4K now. Let's go.
The best gift you can give somebody is giving them the gift of wrestling. Go out and spread the good gospel of wrestling here.
100%.
As the Real Wyatt, thank you very much for the $2 super chat of The Rock decommitted last year. That's his fault.
Nah.
Potato.
But people were bummed out about it. That's our point. Like when he was
right.
like, I can't make it. I won't be in shape, or I'm busy. People were like, oh man, we wanted that match. Oh, I guess
especially in Hollywood.
Right. But I think, what do you still like the idea bouncing around about this tag team match that's going to be night 1?
Boo earns.
I mean, I'm curious how they try and swing it.
So, the only way that we go back to the fake match cards and everything already leaked for WrestleMania and everything with Shut Up Bonkers, Roddy, Sean, a couple of people I was clicking on. But yes, to where does that main event night 1, as we've seen on that, and then Seth versus Drew opens night 2 or night 2. I feel like that very much devalues the world heavyweight title. It pulls away from that match. We don't need this fucking tag match.
I got then.
I don't.
Clearly. ABC World, good to see you. Triple threat, we'll find out. But we'll definitely talk about that more. Let me know when you got then, Nick, so we can sync up. Right now, if anybody wants to sync up with us, I got then on the screen. Nick's a little delayed.
Blame YouTube TV.
Smackdown
or the U.S. economy. I don't know. I got then now.
Then now. All right, here we go, folks. We are going live.
Now.
WWE Smackdown tonight. It's going to be a fun one. It's time for SmackDown. Of course, we will stick around for Rampage and our SmackDown post show, one in the same kind of. But yeah, we're looking forward to this tonight. And how will this one kick off? I got forever.
I have them talking about Elimination Chamber.
Yes. So we're going to recap from last Saturday. Well, we were here bright and early. Not many others were, but we were. We really were. I like the people that like did like a live stream reaction to like it later in the day. I was like, you cheating bastards.
I have no idea what's supposed to happen. Turns page.
Right. Here we go. Full live.
Well, no, I like this one from BK. You got to start. KJ Nick, with the channel blowing up, you guys getting press passes to PLEs in the future.
One day.
Tis the hope, my guy.
Yeah, we've had conversations in the past about it. And again, I think one company in particular is very particular about who they let in the doors, because somebody might ask a question that the guy with the wide eyes doesn't want to answer.
Might ask a real question, but
yeah.
Yes. And even then, though, still somebody's got to still be here doing it.
Right. We were here as always, baby. Zop Larry. There you go. Never fear. Larry's here. There you go. Matt, good to see you. It's been a few weeks since the press conference. Time for WWE to take it up a notch. That's the fun part about all of this right now. And again, where we're getting a clip of what's happening with AJ Styles, what's happening with Logan Paul, what's happening with Randy Orton, what's happening with LA Knight. There is a lot to unpackage heading towards WrestleMania this week, in a few weeks.
It feels like this week, goddamn.
Yeah, I wish.
But everything has a storyline and a thread running through it.
Yes. Everything. It's so layered and it's so many possibilities. I'm in for it.
Absolutely. Lone Wolf went up.
They're going to have Randy versus Logan for sure after what happened at Chamber. Yeah, I mean, it feels definitely like it's a possibility. But then what happens with Kevin Owens? Is he still in the mix? What does he do?
Right. Is it just those two, or is it a multi-person match?
That's also possible. Do we get Hollywood Rock entrance music? I hope so. Go back to that. I said that last time. Let's just go back to it. Let's do it.
Sorry, this one halfway popped me. Could you imagine Nick asking a question on a PLE? After you ask it, he will go, that question's real. That question's authentic. When you ask a question, you better put that floor live in it.
I'm more concerned about Nick just going, what?
I mean, literally, yeah, just Tony Khan comes back with, we're the safest company ever. What? We're the safe. What?
WWE is pure perfection as of late. Man, they've been cooking. I know there's people out there that don't want to see it, don't want to admit it, but they've been absolutely cooking. 100%. You have to give them their flowers.
Is it at this point that you almost, if you don't acknowledge it, that you look ignorant, that you look like you are, like you don't know what you're talking about at all because you're turning such a blind eye?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, yeah, I think at 36 days away from WrestleMania. Yeah, to an extent, a little bit, Nick, in the sense of, for those who are like, I'm a real wrestling fan, you got to take the good that comes your way. Now, if WWE isn't your cup of tea, on you, boo-boo. That's your flavor. I understand that. I got no issue with that at all. But don't then turn it. You can be like, I like this, but you can't then say like what they're offering is garbage. Like they're packing buildings. People are going crazy for it. It's all over social media. It's all over. It's everything your favorite company wants to be.
Yes, but again, I fully agree with you with that. But I feel, especially in the Twitterverse, the IWC verse there, the IWCD's nuts of that if you switched the three letters between the companies, you would be ignorant. You would be, a terrible wrestling fan, this, that, and the third, to ignore that.
Yeah. WWE is pure perfection as of late. I read that already out loud. But speaking of perfection, we might be getting a little bit here.
Greatness on a different level here. Roman Reigns is coming out right now.
Good to see you, Roddy. Good to see you, Mark. Good to see you, Ronan, as well as Nick Bray back in the house.
But I will say this, as we do have the bloodline coming out, sans Rock here, which is odd. But again, I feel like if you have to turn around and introduce the Rock separate to the bloodline, he feels superior. He feels it feels disjointed. But
no, I disagree. This is exactly what you want to do. This is exactly what I would do. Is the bloodline, the head of the table, is still getting his moment, his spotlight, his entrance. He's not splitting it. He's not sharing it. It is his. He does not. He stands alone in this. Rock is a joining member of the situation, but this is the opening situation. This is the guy. This is the pyro that we're getting right now. The Rock might join him, but this is his moment. This is his spotlight.
Right, but you can't have the Rock come out with him and let him still have his moment to be there.
Why would you? Why would you separate that? You want this to stand alone. You want that Rock entrance separate. I would be 100% absolutely. Like, again, you want him where you say, well, he's kind of getting overshadowed. Well, one way to make sure he's in the spotlight. This is look who's front and center. Look who's staring down the barrel right now. Not the Rock and Roman, the head of the table, the tribal chief stands at the end of the table. There's only one seat at that end of the table, and there he is.
Do you have this then stay an independent segment to where this is just Roman?
Maybe not. I could still see them bringing the Rock out. Definitely, and again, when you have Roman throwing to the Rock, you have him, the chief, bringing out his cousin.
The higher chief.
Yeah, well, I mean, people can have that take, but right now, the guy with all the gold, he's the king.
Oh, trust me, I want Roman to be the guy. I am a Roman guy. I'm a Roman guy above Dwayne, above Cody, but at the same time, I just worry. Yeah, well, what I was initially trying to segue this to is while you're throwing your ones up, make sure you hit that, you acknowledge us and hit that like button and everything. Hit that subscribe button. But yeah, side tangent.
Yeah, but no, exactly. They're doing exactly what they should do. Where people, and again, how do you not get outshined in some regard by a personality, by a Hall of Famer, by a legend like The Rock and what he's meant to wrestling? It's really tricky for anybody, not just Roman, but this is what you do. You give Roman his moment. Look, even, he's there on the apron. He stands. It's not him with the other guys. It's him, finger up. On the spot.
Roman is still 100% a GOAT of all time here. He's even got his own Legends episode and all of that coming out soon on A&E and all that. But absolutely, I worry and I wish that they felt more on an even par than it seems to me. You have Cody calling out The Rock for a match. You have
but keep in mind, right? You keep in mind though that Cody's calling out The Rock. And again, I mean, in the usual order of things, he's calling out the second before he gets to the first. Rock's the appetizer. Rock's the guy you get through to get to Roman.
I get 100% what you're saying, and now it's making me think about it more of like you said of. Well, no, it falls in place, but it's because it's a guy like The Rock that has such that aura around him. He is, the people's champ and everything. So he's gonna naturally, even if he's your second fiddle guy, he feels like the main guy.
Yeah.
Oh, as we go to quiet because we got probably some naughty words.
I got just loud boos.
Well, it cut out for a minute for me there, so I'm like,
yeah. I mean, maybe they could change up his graphic. I mean, I always felt his graphic is a little aggressive, but I mean. Small detail.
I hate the AR golden Roman thing. I only acknowledge one golden person, and that is the golden KJ. Pause.
Look, just milking the crowd. Just milking the crowd.
That's something Roman's been great at, is having a presence.
Glendale, Arizona.
Acknowledge me.
Thank you very much, Jason.
What up? And shout out to Propunzo and JV, everybody else that we missed in the chat. Alexis. By the way, we do have the super chats, the super stickers, all of that. If you want to make sure you show up and show up, because that's what the show is about. And our sports channel. No, it's not me. It must be you.
And there you go. The man digs in.
He's gotten so good on the mic.
Yeah. Look at the big finally in the crowd. More signs in the crowd than usual. We're getting more signs are making a comeback.
Yeah, well, that proves why you never want to go to a live event, because you're going to get some dickhead with a fucking 7-foot sign in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
You remember watching where it was literally just the whole crowd was just signs.
Yeah, just signs. KJ Nick, before all this, when I suggested Cody versus The Rock, you laughed. I don't remember laughing. I'll take your word for it, Larry. But I think the idea that it would be Cody and Rock instead of anything else, that to me would have been the funny part. I still think it had to tie into all this.
I challenge you, sir. I did not laugh. I feel that I will like the idea of a Cody Rock match at some point. I still just, like I said, I have my worries about Roman still feeling as dominant.
Oh, wow. Look at this. One last time. He's demanding being acknowledged.
But this is where you get in. This is what's so great about the tribal chief character is he's an insecure, petty bitch at the end of the day. Really, when it comes down to it, he needs to be acknowledged to feel he has that superiority.
And that is going to be the downfall of the bloodline. That is going to be the ultimate demise. This is why Rock and Roman won't work forever. It writes itself. It really does.
So the Roman taking a page out of the Rock's playbook of Heyman, fire up the jet. We're done here. This appearance is done. We have some other bit. He's coming out.
What?
They're clearly setting up to the Rock's come out. So Roman gets a little castrated here, though. We can't leave because the Rock's coming out.
Yeah. So why does that castrate Roman?
Roman's the guy.
Yeah.
Rock's the visiting guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and Roman's
about it. I like the seeds.
Yeah. Look. Oh.
Roman looks so pissed right now. You're kidding me right now.
Right? After commercial, you bastards. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the first commercial break here tonight.
Hey, if Dave LaGreca is a Cody crybaby, I guess I'm a Roman crybaby.
What's up, Eric Tate? How you doing? How you doing, folks? Dale, Roman pissed right now. They won't acknowledge him. They won't give him the respect that he wants. Again, I think this is going to tie into everything they're doing here. I think it works great, and I think their way of working around some of the unchangeable issues, I think it's wonderful.
The Roman acknowledging and it pissing him off, I'm fully back. I'm right where you were and everything. Like now, I'm back on it. At least acknowledge it then. Like so, Roman being out there just pissed,
right?
And I love it.
Wasting all that time for a break. I didn't feel like we wasted any time. Anyone else feel like that was a waste of time? I enjoyed it.
Not at all. That's the first time in a year or two that you've seen Roman really the facade fall, and you won't acknowledge me. So I'm starting to lose my shit right now.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a waste of time at all. I think again, you're building up. We gotta get there. You know, can't put everything in the first segment. And big entrance. Roman doing what he's doing, planting the seeds of like, oh man, I'm getting sick of this guy already. Everybody talking about this guy. Fuck this guy. Like, I like it.
Well, and could that lead to, like you've talked about, do we get a Mike Tyson-esque moment at WrestleMania to where we've seen this whole back and forth and Roman, say, shoves The Rock? And what the fuck are you doing? You're not even supposed to be here and all that. We get that Roman talk through the match. And that leads to, rock bottom, Cody, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Enjoyed the start. Jason liking it. Paul is gold. Paul is great, right? I think Paul just adds that element and tells everybody exactly what they're supposed to be thinking without directly saying it to them. Like, wait,
It's Paul Heyman's fantastic, but do you want to tell him, or do I need to tell him about three-way calling? You don't need two phones, Paul. You can just do it on one phone.
Right. It's just, Paul's all about the visual, the stickers on the bag, each guy has his own phone case.
Is
Even
that Paul Heyman's story, is the phone thing, because he
Yeah.
was Paul E. Dangerously with a giant ass cell phone?
Since 1988, man. He's been a phone guy.
Right. Oop. Theater of the mind. Let's go. Smackdown. Absolutely. Kareem saying Smackdown about to be lit. It already is, my guy.
Yeah, definitely energized start.
TJ saying the character work for Roman is amazing. 100%. Roman's been 100% character.
They all are, everybody. And even the guys we don't hear a lot of. Solo does his thing. Jimmy does his thing. Like, they all play a part. Paul Heyman's the guy that kind of keeps it all going. Here we go.
What The Rock is cooking.
Yeah, they should change it. Give him the Hollywood entrance. Let's go.
Oh, with the big, with
the helicopter,
spotlight shit and everything. I'm waiting to see the interaction right now between Roman Reigns and Dwayne, as we're waiting for The Rock to show up here. Oh, now he finally comes out in full again. Late 90s, early 2000s guard.
This.
Man, looks like you just walked out of a Native American casino.
Another super expensive shirt worn by The Rock. The Rock sending a message in his apparel.
Is that snakeskin? I think that might be snakeskin.
What?
Oh, what? Boo. The people's goosebumps.
And he's just milking it, just taking it all in.
He's got to undo the button to show the goosebumps. Like, is that a genetic trait that this man can just goosebump on command?
Right. $100%.
Exactly, like I said, he looks like I grew up by the reservation. This man literally looks like he works out of the reservation. El Chapo Rock coming out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm not digging the Rock's attire here. Rock sending a message in his apparel, all right. What not to wear.
Well, yeah, no shit.
Well, can you dress like this and then call Seth Rollins a clown for what he wears?
Different message.
Okay. Neither one of them are well received. I'll put it that way.
Oh, The Rock's like, check out my fucking, $2,000 shirt.
You can learn how to dress just by checking my fresh. What is happening with the feed? Is it too electrifying that the circuits are getting overloaded here? My shit kept blacking out.
No, mine didn't black out at all.
Well, either I did or they did. So I'm hoping they did.
Yeah, maybe you blinked. The Versace Dad collection.
No, he's not wearing New Balances.
Rocking some Emerald Fire OG Cushes, Fire KJ Nick, AJ. There you go. And you'll make you see colors that aren't in the man shirt.
Well, yeah.
Hashtag we want gender. My God.
Why? When you're The Rock, you can wear custom Versace custom pants fresh. What?
Well, it's like works of art, like on all over the shirt.
Like, he looks like a fucking art exhibit just in a shirt. Jason, so did anyone else get a black? So it's apparently the US stuff, but yeah.
I didn't get the black screen, but big Rocky chance here in Arizona. Yeah, so a bunch of people did. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but still, this whole crowd has been loud this entire time. We're 20 minutes past throughout the start of the show, and they have not stopped making noise this entire time.
No, not at all. Not at all, my guy. Just milking
What the
it.
fuck again?
Mine didn't.
Fair enough. But Polo, what up?
Are you sure you want to boo The Rock?
Rock's fits are always fly. Where was it? Oh, somebody in the chat said roasting time's about to happen. Yes, the TV can't handle this. Absolutely, god damn it.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. The Rock has some news.
Some news you might even be proud of.
This is going to be how many assholes are in the building.
Yeah. It's 10 miles away from Phoenix. Why? Am I the only one that I was out here thinking this man was about to shout us out on 2 years on a 2-year birthday and for 4K subscribers?
Let's go. Let's go.
There's two very special bearded men out there.
Right?
And Roman's losing his fucking mind. I just did this, and they pop, and he's like, "I just fucking did this."
Rock foot of the table. Is that what that sign says? The people's champ. You stay.
Yeah, Rock foot table. What? Finally. We're going back to, I always love this line. Your life has meaning because you get to be and see The Rock.
Right. You get to see the people's champ.
You get to be in the presence. You get to feel the aura of the people's champion. I just came back to this man literally at the end of his promo.
Yo, big Cody sucks sign up there.
Hey, the Rocky the.
Roman just looks bothered.
He looks miserable as fuck. But that's the thing is, if you're Dwayne, how do you not notice this?
And
Stop
Rock
with the skin issues.
Rock stands alone. Like everyone's on one half of the ring. Total 6 blackouts. It's been a good
Seriously,
night.
like this is too electrifying, Dwayne. You need to turn it down a little because my keeps cutting out.
Right. Aren't people are dumb. The best part of this whole thing has been watching the fickle fans. Right? Like they hated him, they were booing him to death, the most disliked video ever in WWE history. Guy comes back out, they love him again. Like he's doing what we want him to do. Cheer. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Electrifying.
He's literally just doing his promo from earlier right now. Like I said, he's literally bring up in Birmingham, Alabama, sold out.
Because they realize what we all know, that there's only 7% of the people that give a fuck on fucking Twitter. He's like, we gotta tell the people.
MJF was the best thing to really get people pulled out of the fucking matrix that is the IWC on Twitter, is that it's only 7% of the fucking actual audience. It's the vocal minority.
Right. Yeah, definitely a mixed reaction. But Roman, and Paul trying to butter this up and Roman not having it. Cody chance. Let's go. Cody. 10.
Well, no, people were counting
Yeah,
how
they're
many
counting the
times.
blacks. I don't know
Out,
why
yeah.
people shit's blinking. Your hero,
Ah,
Cody
God.
Rhodes.
You want to challenge The Rock? You want to go 1-on-1 with the great one?
Nope. Yeah, you saw that coming. You saw that coming.
I'm glad I did, because I thought for half a second he was going to blank out for me on his in response. It's because it was like, I get to the and The Rock says, and darkness.
That's so funny.
Like I said, it's too electrifying over here. We can't.
Your
Our
country
U.S.
doing
systems
okay?
can't handle it. Everybody saw what happened with Texas when it got cold up there. Now we got Dwayne too electrifying out here in South Carolina.
Yeah, is your country doing okay? Is Fox all right? Like,
never. When have we ever been doing okay?
Canada doing seamless. I haven't had one blink. The Rock needs a daily dose of fruitus fracassus. What?
What?
This promo is being ruined by blackouts. Ah, there you go. I'm not getting any, so I don't know what to tell anybody.
Blame Canada. Blame.
Come to Canada. Fucking hell.
My guy, I've been thinking about that. The Rock's 22 inches of heaven. Wow.
Oh, wow. Release.
No, you see what this is right now? This is showing we need a VPN sponsor here, so
right?
We can tell everybody you just use this and you can watch it from Canada, and we could all be just on your speed, because you always got that good fresh squeezed internet.
All right. Blame The Rock.
You think you could go 1-on-1 with The Rock? Are you an idiot?
Yes, I vividly remember that one, Steve-O. He cut The Rock on cut the promo on Toronto. It was great.
Jimmy clapping as Roman just still.
This is that Defy, right? I like it. Blame The Rock. R.I.P. to PG, KJ. They call me B-I-G-P-O-P-P-A. Like, what is it? Nick has Dish TV.
No, I have YouTube TV. Here's a counter offer. So here's where we're shut your mouth. Match? Here's where we're gonna get the tag team match. Play a holla holla holla. Your best friend, that walking clown emoji. On night one of WrestleMania, the biggest tag team of all time, the two-man power trip, the Samoan SWAT team here, Roman Reigns and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson take on Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
Right.
Roman don't even know what face to make. Of like, I'm supposed to be pissed, but I mean, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna give you a shot.
If you beat us on night one
for the title match. See, that's juicy. I know that. Barred from WrestleMania. Oh, and Roman's still looking a little subdued about it all. Like,
yeah, but then still, if I'm Cody Rhodes, outside of just I want to whoop your ass, but I don't. Why would I put that on the line? I don't have to. I could still not do it and still have the match. Like,
but the biggest issue they're having is nobody can get Roman alone. It's always Roman and company that fucks this up. So if you could get, but if you could get Roman isolated,
there's always a but. What?
We appreciate it. The All About Wrestling podcast. Go give them some love. We appreciate you giving us some love. Thank you for being here tonight. Eric, good to see ya. Rocking and rolling here. Bloodline
rules.
Anything goes.
This is where you get The Rock to fuck over Cody or to fuck over Roman.
Kind of, sort of, possibly, yes. Yeah, because if you send anything that weakens Roman and takes all the advantages that everyone's complained about for the last couple years, then it does change the dynamic. It changes the feel right away of like, all right, well, this is what we're going to do.
Oh, no. I was saying if you give them the advantage and then when you pull it out, when you take it all away, when it all falls in on itself, then it's that much more.
Well, they win night one? Okay.
Granted, now I'm turning against myself because I still think
not a bad idea
with the belt, but yeah, it's
not a bad idea. They cheat to win night one. It looks like it's all stacked against Cody night two, and then it all goes to shit night two when the night is darkest before dawn, right?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. You get your, King Kong ain't got shit. Dwayne Kong ain't got shit on me.
Right. Oh. You meet us next
week in Dallas and give us your answer.
Interesting. The walking emoji clown show.
He has one line for Seth Rollins, and that's the only line he has for Seth Rollins.
Apparently, yeah. He doesn't have a whole repertoire.
He doesn't have much in the repertoire.
Oh, he's playing this The Rock is your boss shit.
Again, it's the same promo that he put out on Twitter, on Instagram. It's the 20-minute promo again, and I feel like it's raining damn near 15, 20 minutes.
Called him a bitch.
What I up, fellas?
Down, boy.
Pause.
It's electrifying. Cody Rhodes stars in the never-ending story.
Facts. We're getting a Triple H chant right now, by the way.
Oh. Well, look at Roman's face. That's the story with everything. Yeah, The Rock's talking. That's great. Whatever. But Roman is the story for me.
Is Roman goated for his facial?
Oh
my God!
Hold the phone.
Roman stops The Rock from if you smell. Oh. Wow. Paul Heyman's face, as I'm in silence because of holy chants, but Paul Heyman's face, Dwayne's face, this is cinema. This is, again, there has been not a minute, not a second of any other television wrestling program right now that is better than what we are seeing right now this week.
He asked for a mic from Paul. What is happening here?
This is just so good. Dwayne, I need something. I need you to acknowledge me.
Oh, let's go.
He's going to make The Rock acknowledge him. Why? I need this one thing from you. Especially because they wouldn't. I need you to.
Shit.
This is so fucking good. Can get out your popcorn. Where's EQ with his fucking 80,000 gifts of the fucking popcorn and everything?
Acknowledge me.
And The Rock even halfway goes slack-jawed for a second. What did you just
The
say to
Rock's
me?
gonna acknowledge him. You know he is.
Oh, I know, but still, see what EQ popped in perfectly. What? Oh my God. Absolute cinema, Oscar worthy. I think this is perfectly done. Absolutely. And we even get, because we get the silence of the crowd chanting holy shit. You just take in them looking at each other. And I was about to say, Roman, these two guys are goated in their physical mannerisms and how the story they tell just with their facial. Is Dwayne about to acknowledge the tribal chief?
100%.
Roman Reigns.
I acknowledge you. You Rudy Poo.
My family. I mean, he had the head tilt, so I was like, huh? I acknowledge you. Put the microphone down then. Don't follow it up. As my tribal chief.
And this is where we were talking about you and I
you
were.
See Roman start to smirk, and the light pop back in his eyes and everything. And they're gonna shake hands. This I'm sold. I'm good. We did what we needed to do here.
This was all
fantastic.
Your fears, and I mean legitimate fears of, The Rock was the guy that carried the stick for 90% of this, where Roman could get overshadowed. This is how you go about it. I might be the biggest global star, but this is your world, and I acknowledge you for now.
As they're chanting, "You sold out, you sold out."
The crowd is so fucking.
Man, this crowd though is amazing. Like, this is how we don't have shows at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning on Eastern Standard Time, because
let me explain something to you, idiot. 40 minutes.
Max.
We've had one commercial.
This is family. And we will do anything for family. You either retire from the Fast and the Furious movies, or you stay in them long enough to see yourself become Dom Toretto.
Woo!
What the bloodline? Oh, as he turns and looks at Roman. So, that's us.
Oh, gives him the mic
to Roman.
The bloodline is cooking.
Jeepers, Jinkies, and Jehoshaphat. I love that. Bloodline. Oh, it's music to my ears. Oh, that was just chef's kiss.
Now,
that's the show, folks. Thank you for coming. Have a good night.
Where do we go from here?
Right, our shit is real. Our shit is raw. We ain't here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
He's got the L's up again. There's got to be something, there's got to be a reason.
Oh, no, he pulled it back in. He's like, oh, shit.
Oh, wait, shit.
Last time he pulled it back
in. He pulled it back in.
But that's so good on so many levels, because you got the Rock's moment. You had that moment to where I was, like you said, I was in fear that the Roman's getting overshadowed here. You had Roman just this petulant child of no one will acknowledge me. I need you of all people, Dwayne, to acknowledge me. That validates everything of this.
Shit. And business just beginning to pick up. Apparently, LA Knight brought the chair back from Australia. One of my favorite things, and we talked about it the night of you petty motherfucker. You went all the way to Australia.
20-hour fight just to whoop some ass. Is now Randy Orton's behind.
Dude. I'm going to let them talk. Come on, let's be real here.
That's the scariest laugh you've got to hear behind you is Randy Orton. That's terrifying.
So Randy challenging one of the douchebags.
Randy is just so goddamn good.
He's butter. Honestly. Butter, buddy. There you go.
He just slaps the out of him, but it shows of like Randy's a guy who's been here doing this. This is just Australian now. So we're getting the tension between the two.
Yeah, a little bit. And Waller keeps throwing him under the bus. But you literally go from that epic 40-minute bonanza with all the bells and whistles, all the fun stuff, that all this hype between these two guys, and then before you go back to commercial, you get LA Knight, where's AJ? Walks off. Randy Orton cuts a fun promo, mocking the douchebag, setting up a match that's not announced yet. Like, literally, not only did you get the promo and the back and forth between Roman and Rock, and it is what it is, and the challenge, and everyone's simmering and everyone's excited. There's more. It's like being at like an Italian buffet. Like, there's more. Like,
trust me, as an Italian, I know it's 100%. It's like any Sunday dinner here. But wait, there's more. And I like almost on one hand, is it nice that we almost got the Roman Rock stuff out of the way? That rather than that's the looming thing, now everything can get its own shine, its own attention.
Yeah. And you can tie it throughout the show as it goes on. What's up, Thomas? But I love the fact, like I said, you feel so epic. If they went to commercial right at the end of that promo, great, we're good. But no, like, there's still LA, there's still Orton, like there's still, and again, if you guys don't think that these guys are cooking with fucking nitrous right now, I don't think we're getting it. Like, this to me is everything about pro wrestling that you love, even as grown-ass men. This is what we're like. That's all theater, and it all works. And you realize this might be the big one, but there's all this other shit that's still really cool. The depth to all of this and what WrestleMania could be, dude. I'm over the moon right now.
I was gonna say, Christ, we got grown men out there in pink fucking bathrobes and Cody shirts out there confessing their love and their compassion for certain wrestlers and everything. So
I'm so excited. I gotta get a drink. I'll be right back, my guy.
Yeah, you gotta go find your bathrobe. But Cage is gonna take a pause for the causes. We are on commercial break. So I will remind everybody again, we are here live for Friday Night Smackdown and Rampage as well. Saturday, tomorrow, our birthday, 2 years in the books officially. Fitting that our birthday is on 3/2 because we the ones out here, much like the bloodline, because that was a fantastic fucking promo. But make sure you join us. Make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Let everybody that you know, we're still young in the game and still just murdering it on a different level. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. And then Sunday, back at it for Sting's last match, what I feel might be like a season finale almost a little bit when it comes to AEW for Revolution, because I feel like they've talks about the new logo coming up, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And so make sure you're here, folks, because nobody covers pro wrestling like we do. What? Thomas, what up? Scott, what up? Safit, what up? Alexander, everybody still filing in still here. Bama Beard got to be something up with The Rock putting up an L, and then he changed it to a what? No, he just remembered he got called out last time. That's what it was. I forgot who wrestles on SmackDown says they're to shut up. Sometimes it gets a little confusing. 40-minute segment. It was a good 40 minutes. Like, that's a good short film right there. Like, that's, you take that to Sundance and you might win a couple of awards there. I feel a little bit here. Kevin, what up? Mr. Golfer, lame 30 minutes. I'm out. Oh, okay. You do you, boo-boo. I think that whole segment was fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, I have Tiffany Stratton coming out right now. So we're getting Tiffy time versus, unfortunately, already in the ring, Naomi. So I can already hear the people firing up the Twitter machines. Well, she got a good entrance. See the burying her. No. This is a fantastic match. I think this is a really good rivalry, and it's two talented people on the WWE women's roster here. As we're getting Tiffy time chance here. Do we start to turn Tiffany Stratton babyface? That's the question. Meta with a long whole paragraph. John C, what up, what up? We can still get both Rock and Roman still. There you go, there you go. But I will remind everybody, we do take a prediction for every match out there, and we do take a rating at the end of every show. So let me know, folks, who you're taking right now, whether you're taking Tiffany Stratton or they're taking Naomi to pick up the win here, as we're 45 minutes into the show on who you're taking for the first match of tonight. As Tiffany or Naomi out there hitting the cartwheel with no hands. Watch me do it with no hands. While we do it. Tiffy time. Naomi for the win, says Malik. Larry saying Uso. EQ taking Naomi. I think everybody knows I'm taking Tiffy time here. Although I am glad that Naomi she's not out there just lost in the abyss. She's not out there just thrown into some mishmash tag team that, isn't going to really get booked, but maybe once every 2 weeks or anything like that. She's still out here now going at it with a storyline that carries through Elimination Chamber and going at and facing, I would say undeniably, the MVP of that whole pay-per-view. So Naomi's not going to be in a title spot right now because by the time she had came back to the roster, all of that had already been established a bit here. But Naomi right now in control. Oh! Hop over the top rope facebuster for a 2 count from Naomi onto Tiffany. Very interesting if this match is in a DQ or not, Richard. I don't think it will. I don't see why it would. Tiffany for the win. I love Naomi's agility. Absolutely. As we go again into a commercial break. But that's one thing that you could say with the SmackDown's women's roster is very much the agile athletic. You've got Bianca, you've got Charlotte, you've got Tiffany, you've got Naomi, you've got Bayley, you've got an athletic crop. You've got Kyrie, Asuka, you've got an athletic kind of striker crop there. Versus you look at Monday Night Raw, it's more, I've called it the Haas division, but it's more your powerhouses and everything. So I like that there is differentiation between the two women's divisions. The shows feel independent of each other for once in a lifetime or once of recent memory here. Hey, bud, what up, what up? Godzilla versus Kong versus Shark King and Shimu. There you go. We're getting the giant kaiju battle here because I'm getting the ad for Godzilla on the next Godzilla and Kong movie here. Tiffany wins. Damian saying we are getting Jade Cargill tonight. I have not seen anybody else say that, Damian. So I don't know what your sources are, but I have not seen anybody say that. I had seen the rumors about allegedly Cody and Seth, but I had not seen anybody talk about Tiffany showing up. Goddamn Jade showing up. Now, there is still the whole thing floating around that she has a WrestleMania match, and from the alleged, rumored, terrible, completely inaccurate spoiler WrestleMania card, it'd be Jade versus Nia Jax, I believe, which plays off of the Royal Rumble. But if we saw what happened with Maxine when she had a match with Nia, so do we want to debut Jade in a singles match against Nia at WrestleMania of all places as well? Larry saying the only person that raised AW to WWE level is Paul Heyman. Okay, interesting. I mean, I could see it, but I don't know if that would ever be a thing or anything. James and KC, what up? Do you think that if Naomi joined the Bloodline storyline, she could rebrand as Trinity Fatu? I think that would be a really interesting way to go about it and to really bring that back together. I know that was my kind of one hang up when she returned is just bring her back as Trinity. She's already gotten that over. She's established that. We know it. But I get it's, WWE's copyright of Naomi. But yeah, I could see it. Then again, you'd really have to play into the more this is really personal because then, we got to start bringing in last names and everything. Big Nick, what time is it? It's Tiffy time, but it's also that time that you should hit like, share, and subscribe. As I'm still going through commercial break right now, folks. So, as I see, we are at 3.95K subscribers. So, still, we got at least about an hour left of Friday Night Smackdown, and then we're still going to be here for Rampage. So, let's see if we can get that to 4K by Saturday. Hey, what do you say? But as I also see 56 likes, but I see 86 people with us. So let's see if we can balance that out here as we get the back handspring elbow as we come back from commercial from Tiffany on to Naomi here. The bloodline may even be bigger than we think. Well, you saw the family tree that they pulled up. That thing was fucking huge. Yes, Alexis Hammerstone signed with TNA. We talked about that last night when it popped up. Alexander saying The Rock sucks. I don't know. I think that was pretty good. Mojo asking, was that Rock segment good? Yes, it really was. If anything so far, you got to go back and watch that. Oh, that's unique as hell. Of like a slingshot. It's damn near a pedigree with not pulling the arms back there. Yeah, the drape over pedigree damn near almost from Naomi on to Tiffany here for a 2 count. As now we've got the obligatory AW slap spot. Well, I figures I've got my slap partner champion, my power slap tag team partner right now is showing up.
Lame 30 minutes. I'm out. All right, golfer, go golfing. Go touch grass.
Again, I don't know if he was saying it about us or if he was saying it about Dwayne or what.
We've been more than 30 minutes, so I'm assuming it's Dwayne in that. But I mean, if you think that was lame, I'm sorry. I mean, I can't agree with you. I can't see it.
Nah.
I get it. We didn't have any table spots or thumbtacks or, luchadors. I'm sorry.
Fuck. I'll wait until Rampage where we start talking about luchadors.
That was a crazy move. Good match. I mean, right after all the excitement we've had so far, into a good match with the ladies and Naomi and Tiffany doing their thing.
Does this feel like the start of SmackDown and we just watched a mini movie before at the start
right?
of SmackDown?
Yeah, the pre-show.
I'm telling you, you sit there and you snip that out, you put that out there in Sundance or something, one of them independent film festivals, you might get an award or two.
Right. Speaking of slap spots, KJ and I are back. All right.
Apparently you and Mana are slapping things.
Oh!
2, 3!
Oh!
Tiffany!
Tiff with a clean win to a big pop. Where's Anthony right now?
But again, remember, she's buried now. They're sick of her. It's terrible what they're doing to Naomi. For fuck's sake. She was dominant most of that match. That was a good match.
It was a great match.
Do we turn Tiffany Stratton babyface?
You might not have a choice. The fans might dictate that they love her.
Does she just kind of become that almost Romanish of I'm still going to do, or even like a Swerve, speaking how we're going to be here for Revolution on Sunday, to where I'm still going to be my heel character. You're just going to cheer me because I have just that attitude and it cuts to the line of heel babyface.
Yeah, but I think the WWE likes their pivots. They like their vibe, right? Like if somebody's leaning one way, they push them. Like we just saw it. We were getting a progressive match flow. What happened with Bayley? Bayley doesn't stay a heel. That's cool. She's a babyface now. Like we dig into what the fans are kind of dictating at times. Tiffany and Naomi cooked. Yeah, great match.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Well, with what you were saying about Bayley, I was more of just saying, I don't know if you changed the Tiffany character because I think that's part of
No. The character will maintain. She'll just be more pleasant, like she won't be as shitty to the, she won't come out or be in an interview saying like, oh, great, we're in Glendale. Like she'll avoid that kind of stuff. But yeah, overall, you're not getting any change. Tiffy time. She's up on the top rope flexing, right? Like, and the crowd's cheering.
Pointing out. We've got the watch spot now of it's Tiffy time. I could still see her doing that even, and still it's just now it gets cheered.
Yeah, absolutely. Tiffy time t-shirts are going to sell.
Right. Well, I'm gonna be out here like the Flavor Flav with the clock. This is Tiffy time.
Right. Yeah. I think when Charlotte comes back, she will feud with Tiffany. Absolutely. That's the generational thing, the passing of the torch, kind of like you'll have the old guard take on the new guard. And we've talked about this. Bailey, Charlotte, Naomi.
We're seeing it with Rhea and Becky.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of passing the torch, I'm gonna go pass the torch before
the
torch passes me.
All right, so turn Tiffy face and Naomi heel. Not necessarily Naomi heel. We'll have to see. I mean, that's a big loss for Naomi. She's going to have to bounce back. They're going to have a plan to keep Naomi kind of on the ball and relevant. Those out there who are thinking, oh, great, Naomi signed back. I bet she regrets it. They're wrong. That was a really good match. And here come the Kabuki Warriors with Io Sky. Ladies and gentlemen, the night rolls on. Nick's on a pause for the cause. We are unbelievably already an hour and a half into the stream. So much has happened here tonight. Get in that chat. Like people have mentioned, hit that like button. If you're watching us right now and you haven't hit like, why not? Why not? Hit that button. Let's go. Dakota might, Kabuki Warriors, Dakota might turn tonight. Yeah, I mean, it's either she's going to turn or it's going to look like she's really close to turning. There's no way I don't think that Dakota Kai is not the leader of Damage Control moving forward. I really think that's where we're going with this. Team Rock and Roman, Dakota turn heel. I'm with you. As we go to commercial break, and I will remind everyone we are back tomorrow, our birthday celebration. So be a friend, tell a friend. We want to blow up that stream tomorrow. Get everybody in here, and we're going to have a good time celebrating 2 years as a channel. Super grateful that we've made it this far, and we are growing by the minute. We're heading towards 4K. So be a friend, tell a friend. Like I've said, we want 4K for our birthday. So let's go. Let's go. But how do you feel about the show so far? One match, one gigantic promo session. Well, how you feeling? And up next, we get the tag champs. We will take a prediction. Who you got? Who do you got? Dakota Kai and Bailey or the Kabuki Warriors? I'm definitely going Kabuki Warriors like AJ. AJ, I'll have cake or a few. Yeah, we're going to definitely have some cake on the show, one way or the other. I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. I like it. I like it. Roman Reigns' cousin Lance will be in action tomorrow night on House of Glory. Yes, we will be here live for House of Glory Reckoning. It's a really intriguing card. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But I know we got Alex Shelley taking on Mustafa Ali. There's going to be what else we got? One second. Oh, that's not what I wanted. But yeah, no, we're going to be here live for House of Glory tomorrow night. The card is stacked. Collision's also happening. We will be live for that as well. So doubleheader in typical Wrestling for Life Network fashion. We will be watching 2 shows on our 2-year anniversary. And then we are back for Revolution on Sunday. We're looking forward to that one. It's going to be insane. One way or the other, I'm extremely curious how this is all going to play out as we get to Revolution on Sunday. Some interesting takes. Some people have been yay about the build. Other people not so much. So, yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. Alba and Isla join Bailey. Interesting. That'd be an interesting one. I like Alba and Isla. I just want them to do something. I want them to be used. But, yeah, no, I mean, very, very curious about this. I see the Kabuki Warriors winning. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that. They're not going to lose those titles. And here comes Dakota and Bailey as we speak, as we come out of commercial break, folks. Should be interesting. Oh, Dakota Kai looking good, looking ready. Remember, Dakota Kai's been out of action for quite a while. If Dakota does turn on Bailey, I wouldn't do it here. I'll do it at Mania. By the way, Nick, pass the torch. There you go. That's what we were calling it now. Absolutely. Puff, puff, pass, folks. Hand it to the left. Let's go. And you could wait for Dakota to turn at Mania. I always struggle a little bit, though, of like, I'm gonna beat you guys up, but we're still friends. Like, it's a secret. So that's the tricky part about this. As Bayley wants to start the match off, and here come the Warriors. Second match, first of the second hour. So yeah, wasting no time getting into this one now. So again, we came out of the promo. We got a women's match. Now we're getting a women's tag match. Again, people talk, and I think sometimes the WWE women's division gets slept on just a little bit. I think we forget how potent and how strong it is, how deep it is, and how the quality, again, you generally get good quality in the women's division in WWE. I'm so glad they got rid of the Damage Control theme song. Yeah, they got a new one now, so they've mixed it up. Fair enough. Nope, Jade and Bianca will make the save, and we might get Jade and Bianca versus Jade. Oh, wow. Okay, JV. Bold prediction. As Kyrie throwing Bayley off the top. And Asuka just laughing. The Rascals are in action versus Cashflow Inc. Shout out to Cashflow Inc., by the way. Friends of the channel. Tomorrow night on House of Glory. It's going to be a good one. Nice. Pass the left, not typing what I was thinking. There you go. The name of the verse is Ladies First. There you go, Curtis. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Prime Tropical Punch isn't bad. What the hell? But Bayley trying to go for the tag. Asuka not letting it happen. Oh, instantly bumps into Dakota. Dakota knocked off the apron as Asuka launches her in. Didn't Io debut on the main roster a year ago, and she already in the main event of Mania? Feels about that. That sounds about right, Keyshawn. Yeah, quick time. Good for her. I mean, again, I'm a huge fan of Io Sky. Blind tag. Nice tandem offense. Is Charles Mason on GCW more or House of Glory? He plays both a lot. He's in and out of several promotions, and he's done really well on the independent scene. Dun, dun, dun. KG, you never liked it. I didn't care for it. I mean, I didn't dislike it. I didn't like it. It was just kind of there. It is what it is. Io is not main eventing WrestleMania. Well, I know, but she's going to have some purpose at WrestleMania. I assume she's going to have a match. I'd like her to have a match, and it will be Bayley. So we're all happy about that, right? Like, I mean, that's where we're going with this. It'll be like a co-main event. We'll call it a co-main event. How long do you think until Braun is world champion? Give it a year. Bayley battling, but she's all alone. I think Dakota's trying to get back up to the apron. Maybe. A huge Tiffany push, especially for SummerSlam match ad with merch selling to little girls. You're not wrong. Again, Tiffany has a great opportunity here. She's done well. I know people in the beginning. And there you go. Dakota says, not today. Not today. There it is. As Dakota Kai has no interest in the tag, and Bayley should have known. Dakota Kai turning on her former friend, but we knew it was coming. Nothing there. As Bayley's trying to battle back, but she's going to be... Oh, she's running out to fight Dakota. Crowd goes wild. Match is still going. Yes, it is. But Bayley heavily outnumbered. Yeah, we knew. I think Breaker gets a run with the U.S. title in the next year or two. Yeah, I mean, within the next 6 to 8 months, I see Braun Breaker with a mid-card title. U.S. title makes sense. And then, yeah, beyond that, we'll see. But, yeah, within... and the Kabuki Warriors said we don't care about the match anymore. As Io laying out Bayley. Bayley all alone. Told you. I think everybody told us. I think we all told everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Robert, let's go. And there you go. Damage control is complete. Dakota Kai looking good. And they leave Bayley laying in the middle of the ring. I didn't hear a bell. Bama, I agree. I didn't hear a bell. I didn't know the match was over. Let's blame it on the crowd being live as they let us know Randy Orton will be taking on Austin Theory later tonight. Yeah, I didn't hear the bell either. I really didn't. I thought the match was continuing. And we got Braun Breaker debut up next. Heading back to commercial break, and Big Braun come into the ring. So the action continues here tonight, folks. Never a dull moment. Poor Bayley. 2-0. Bayley going to get some serious firepower to back her up. She's going to need it. She's outnumbered 4-1. She gets taken out tonight. Again, I don't mind how they did it. Some people are going to say, well, that was predictable. It was supposed to be predictable. The writing was on the wall. It's like when you watch a movie and you know the bad guy's the bad guy and they just wait to reveal it. That's what happened here. We weren't sure, again, they were like, oh, why are we dragging this out? But there's the final nail in the damage control. And Bayley's out. Dakota Kai is the mastermind. Dakota Kai is your leader. Dakota Kai standing tall with the other three ladies. And it was written on the wall, and they just delivered. So there we go, folks. What will Bayley do? Who will help Bayley? What kind of get back will Bayley have? Or is she just in trouble? 2-0 Braun Breaker for the win. It should be, I would imagine. Mike Rome said that match is restarted due to a DQ. Not restarted doesn't make sense. I could imagine a Burning My Light song coming for Bayley. All right. Speak of the devil. It's breaker time. Yeah, just speaking of Braun. Braun's got a bright future, guys. And I don't think anyone out there listening to me right now doubts that. I think Braun Breaker's going to do good things. He has all the tools in the toolbox. So, yeah, give him a little run here. Get him warmed up. Get him familiar with the main roster fan base. And then before long, he will have gold around his waist. And then not long after that, he will eventually be in the the heavyweight title picture. He's still NXT tag champion, right? Yes. So yeah, lots to figure out there. Lots to go with Braun Breaker. But what you see with Braun Breaker, Tiffany, Carmelo is the future is extremely bright for WWE. Yeah, we're talking about The Rock. We're talking about Cody. We're talking about we saw Naomi. We're not a lack of talent here. Bayley is another one we saw. But the future is bright. There's a lot of talent coming behind the current roster. And yeah, I'm excited. And if you're a wrestling fan, you should be excited. This company is building, it's growing, it's getting bigger and bigger, which it's already a global juggernaut. So what do? I thought Braun Breaker already debuted. So did I. Richard, I'm kind of with you. Did he not already make a debut? 1-1, I'm on the board regardless of the outcome. There you go. Does Braun look more explosive than early 2000s Brock? So hard to say, recency bias and all, but I think Brock was still a little bit more like, holy shit. Like Brock always felt like right into that main, the main eventers picture. Braun's got some growing to do, but it's close. I'm leaning towards Brock.
Speaking of some growing to do, when you're out there, hey, we got James.
The night just keeps cooking, Nick.
We have some business to discuss. So Jade sits there and starts even counting off. So you talked about some firepower when I was on a pause there. Somebody brought that up. What if that's that firepower?
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
Right. Well, speaking of firepower, though, when you're out there talking about how we've got Braun Breaker coming out right now cooking, we've got all this young talent showing up in WWE and you're giving them all the praises. It's like, well, that sounds a little bit like us. And we're still just a baby in the game, still just about to be 2 years old and still just already setting precedents, setting records. Again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated.
Facts. Bianca and Jade. Yeah, Bianca and Jade helping. That's a good way to get her involved with WrestleMania without putting too much of a spotlight on her. Interesting take. I never expected it, but yeah, Jade definitely standing up to him. Zion Quinn is back.
What in the name of NXT are we watching on SmackDown?
Right. Sasha Banks returns to help Bailey. Oh, wait. Never mind.
Scratch that, strike that, reverse it.
Yep.
Is
Who's
Zion
going?
Quinn even in the fucking game? I know they keep showing the ratings, but is Zion Quinn going to even be in the goddamn game?
Well, they didn't show his ratings, so I'm assuming no.
Yeah. Question mark.
Right. Breaker for the win.
Beer.
Oh, and there you go. Never mind. Thank you for coming, Quinn. We barely knew you. Savage.
Blink and you miss it. Braun Breaker.
Yeah, he just he claims the best spear in the game. And that's what you
the entire match over again. Ding.
And that's what you do when you're trying to build a guy like this. That's what you do. You do not fuck around. He doesn't have to go 15 minutes with Zion Quinn to prove that he is a good wrestler. He just needs to come out and dominate.
And he looked so serious too. Like he's sitting there snapping at him the second he hits the spear. Like, you wish a motherfucker would. Boston saying, I hated that. Nick Bray, not even 15 seconds. Yeah, why would you hate that? What's the issue?
Why would you hate that? Why would you hate that? Like, that's all he needs to do right now. Will he get more later? Yes. But it's the Goldberg mentality.
Yeah, well, Richard even saying they were really Goldberging Braun.
There you go. And here we got a meeting of LWO, Legato World Order.
Do they just have like one winery, one restaurant where all like the heel teams, all the teams meet up at?
Right. No, that seems to be the case, Nick. Seems to be the case. I don't hate squash matches. Exactly, guys. You got to understand there's a time and place for squash matches. And when you're trying to make somebody look like they are next level, they don't go 10, 12, 15 minutes with a lesser known talent. When Braun Breaker goes a long match, it will be with somebody who matters.
Right. Again, to counter Boston's point right there, like you said, exactly, because it's ridiculous. I don't need another Goldberg, who I also couldn't stand. Well, that's a you problem.
I'm sorry, and I'm not the biggest Goldberg fan at all, dude. I want Braun Breaker to feel like a badass. Do we need like a couple power slams, and would that have changed it? No. He's claiming he's got the best spear in the business, so you let the whole fan base know that this guy's not fucking around.
Absolutely. As I've got Carlito coming out right now. With the rest of the LWO, so I feel like we're going to get everybody involved here. And again, has there been a moment tonight that's let up? That this has been just literally pedal to the metal?
Pedal down. Like, even like we go from one thing to another, but even in the last segment, like you get the Dakota Kai heel turn, which we expected. It happens. And you're like, okay, that's done. No, here's Jade to say hello. Well, and so it's the same thing before. We got all that stuff with Rock and Roman. And then there's Randy. There's LA. Now we're getting a street fight. Like, it feels gas pedal down.
Absolutely. I just wish these goddamn commercials would let up a little.
Right? I didn't say I hated
it. Not you, the one before.
Right. 10 out of 10. Fruit punch golded. Okay. Bromberg. All right. Because it's ridiculous. I don't need another. Oh, we read that one. It's not ridiculous at all. What's ridiculous is when you get Adam Copeland, you sign him, and then he goes 15 minutes with Griff Garrison. That's ridiculous.
And then Lee Moriarty. And then
yeah, right? Like, there's
a name from the Ring of Honor roster.
Exactly, Nick Bray. You're not convincing me that one spear knockout. Yeah, why not? It wasn't like he beat Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, and especially like he's got a T-shirt sitting there saying it. Best spear in the business. If I have the best spear in the business, and it's this big, huge, devastating move, then it should be a one-hitter quitter.
Yeah. Dun, dun. Santos for the win. Then why doesn't one spear work in other matches? Because it's the caliber of who you're fighting, right? Again, if it was a bigger name, then it's a problem.
Well,
yeah, I don't get why.
no, there's topics been brought up, and I've seen this and everything. Of on one hand, I mean, we've even talked about it when it's stuff like the tombstone or whatever.
Yeah,
That if that doesn't end a match, at times it feels like you're pulling away from the move,
mm-hmm.
like you're taking away from that. But at the same time, when it's somebody's signature or finisher move or
Mm-hmm.
anything, then they're supposed to be the expert at it. It's like it's like being Steph Curry with a 3-point shot there. You're supposed to be the best to fucking do it. So when you hit it, it should be fucking game over.
Yeah. And again, if all his matches are like this, we'll have that conversation. But there is an absolute time and place. And all you're trying to do right now is build Braun Breaker like a badass. You think back to the early days of Brock Lesnar when they first introduced him, man, he wouldn't even have matches. He just come out to the ring and throw people around, devastate people. And like that's what you need when you are trying to get a new talent over, period.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I saw somebody bring up about, the Braun and Brock comparable and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's exactly there yet, but
No.
I still think that's the way you build Braun up, is you have those vignettes that show how explosive he is, how, impactful of an athlete he is.
Yeah. My prediction is Rey Mysterio returns tonight. I've seen a lot of people talk about this. I could see that happening. I could.
Perhaps.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, as we're getting in memory of Virgil now.
Yeah.
T's and P's to Tenor Man.
Dale, how come? While we wait for commercial, I've been having fun with that's awesome. Glad you're having fun with Switch, Christian. Okay, spear from Roman can't pin someone, but it does. It does light someone out. And again, if Roman hits Zion Quinn with a spear, let's have that conversation. If Braun Breaker hits Cody Rhodes with a spear and pins him lickety split, then let's have that conversation. It's not apples to apples, guys. They put him in there with a nobody and they dusted the nobody. That's how it's supposed to go.
Right. There is still level of competition. If you put the fucking Maple Leafs against your local fucking Pee-wee hockey team, you expect a goddamn blowout here. You expect mercy rule by the first fucking period. That type of shit. Not when you have, top caliber going against top caliber.
That's it. I mean, it's context is king in all of this. 100%.
Right.
Just an example. Why that will just anger Boston. I have no idea what that was. He already
go ahead. Let's anger Boston. Let's do it. Come on.
Yeah, let's go. Coming next year, Pokemon Za. All right.
So I know what to already put in the gift basket, I guess, for the wife. Okay.
There you go. White Gene Santos.
Is it interesting, though, too, that we've seen lately, like we saw the street fight on Monday Night Raw between the New Day and Imperium and everything, to where now we're actually having them show up in like the jeans attire, and how when we had during the Attitude Era, like you have a hardcore match or a street fight or whatever, and they'd have, they'd show up in the jeans and all that. They showed up prepared to brawl here.
Mm-hmm. They should have started the fight in the parking lot. Well, all the people that paid money are in the building. So that's always been their, I know people, but they generally like to do things in the ring because that's where, the sold out crowd is.
Yeah, you know how you get people to boo at a show? Or have them pay a bunch of money to watch something on TV.
Right. But we are off and running, folks. If you haven't made a prediction on Santos versus Carlito, please let me know who you got.
I keep almost wanting to say Santos versus Escobar.
Right.
We're getting a table now from Carlito. A table in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Jason, what Triple has brought back Legado del Fantasma. I like it.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Ronan saying get the tables. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
We got Damien taking Santos. Mesa, what? How can Carlito possibly win? Santos is a 1 in 1,000 in Vegas. What?
There you go. 1 in 1 million? 100 million? There you go.
That's The Rock's millions and millions.
They should do a multi-man ladder match for the IC belt so Gunther still looks stronger, not getting but Gunther can take a one-on-one loss without looking weak. Again, Gunther in a ladder match. I mean, I'd rather see Logan Paul in a ladder match if we're gonna pick mid-card title to be in a match. You found an apple.
Right. And a tope con Escobar. As now he's got the apple. As we go to commercial break here. But I think using the multi-man match thing is an excuse to not try and book a good single story. And Gunther should be a guy that should be an easy way to write a good single story feud.
Sorry,
Logan is the guy that I could see more in a multi-man match versus Gunther.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, you want Gunther in a slobber knocker. You want him in a big fight. You want him in a battle. You don't really want Gunther climbing the ladder. It's not really what he's known for. So yeah, I mean, I would rather see Gunther in a singles or maybe a triple threat. But if you're going to do a multi-man ladder match for a belt, Logan Paul has a lot of, like, you know, Randy wants to get his hands on him. KO wants to get his hands on him. Maybe there's something there.
Right. And he's an athletic guy you're going to get a high spot or two in any match that he does versus, like you said, with Gunther. Like if you got Gunther versus Gable, just going off of that one video package, you would want a slobber knocker between the two. You want them going back and forth, trading suplexes and chops and everything. You don't want a ladder involved. You don't want table spots. You don't want chair spots. You don't want all of this, that, and the third. You don't want furniture involved.
Right. No, I agree. Right. And he's the ring general. He's the guy keeping the ring pure. It almost seems, you know. Even the greatest wrestlers in the world have lost belts clean. Gunther will be fine. 100%. I'm 100% with you there, Boston. I want Spear versus Spear Brown Breaker versus Roman Reigns. I kind of got that.
I don't know. I feel like you're taking on the English language right now, Damien. And I hate to say it, but you might be losing.
But we are in another commercial break, folks. The show rolls on. We got lots more coming your way. So make sure you're sticking around. And again, we want 4K for our birthdays. So go find some friends.
Right. Well, so far, we've already said it's been nothing but a stacked show. Like, I'm trying to find a hard reason to not give this a 10 already.
Right. No, I mean, the show's been cooking. It feels like gas pedal down. And if they do this all the way to Mania, dude, how can you complain?
Right. Well, Bama brings up an interesting point. Is it strange we haven't gotten any Hall of Fame inductees yet?
No, we just got through Elimination Chamber. They're coming.
Oh, Carlito and the trash bin spot. How do you come back to that? Oh, the running knees into the trash bin on top of Carlito in the corner.
Right.
1, 2 go.
I would love to see Gunther get his hands on Logan Paul and get him to the chopper.
Is Gunther at this point just the chopper? Like, I think that's what he is the chopper.
He should have that on a t-shirt. The chopper.
I am the chopper. Well, he's going to be out there in Vienna. I saw that he's going to actually be in his hometown of when they do around when they go to like the whatever it is in Berlin. Clattered that man. A rose such a clatter.
Caved in the chair.
Now, when you were a kid, did you think it was clatter or ladder?
Rose such a clatter.
Okay, well, good old American education system. Though there's a good chunk of people that think a ladder.
I'm sure, maybe.
We're not too good on that hooked on phonics shit.
The question is, Santos into the garbage.
Oh, we're gonna get home run derby here. Oh, chopping him down,
and then just
his but a flesh wound.
The chair shot. I like the chair shot to the calf.
Like I said, just chopping that man down, and then just fucking pounding him in like a railroad spike. Pause.
Oh,
crossroads onto the chair. 1, 2, 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. The body of Santos Escobar must feel like jelly right now, to quote Wade Barrett. Which again, though, we've talked about Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. They've been a good team. We've seen them be a good team. Corey Graves and Wade Barrett are a good commentary team.
They've been good. I got no complaints. Much better, much improved. Corey's doing a great job leading the way. Barrett's good as a support. I have no issue with any of this. I think both teams are really strong.
Absolutely. We've been there at times. If it's addition by subtraction, sometimes works out the best. I got my chair spot, says Damien.
Right.
Not gonna lie though, the way Escobar stood still with the trash can on his head, waiting, looked odd. Nitpicky.
He was
nitpicky, Nicky.
We would call it he was dazed. He was a little bit loopy.
He's stunned. Are you going to sit there and instantly know which way to go when you get a trash bin stuck on your head? No,
I
sir.
see his point. If you put a trash can over my head, I'm probably going to run around in a circle like a spaz, but whatever.
Benny Hill.
Oh, wait, here comes Legato.
Los Lobos, Los Lotharios popping in out here right now. They look like if them and Sammy Guevara were like 3MB or 3 count.
I told you, Los Lobos.
How far is heaven? 1, 2, 2 count, 2 count. On the Shield power bomb too.
There you go. Gunther versus Omos says Malagritos. Interesting. Not my favorite choice.
So you just want to watch this man fight an actual tree?
I guess, as far as being physically imposing, but here comes the woe.
And there goes my feed. Wrestlemania happening right now, but we've got Los Lotharios and Legato, former Legato and current Legato going at it.
Here comes Ray. I'm telling you now. I'm calling it.
Booyaka.
Yeah, there he is! Ray!
Couldn't have timed that better if we tried.
There we go. Rey Mysterio.
Oh, holy crap, he's a crapple.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why does he look like his head's gained 3 sizes that day?
Yeah, what's with the big mask?
And the gray ass goatee. Like, this man is showing all of the age. He pulled the hangman.
Yeah, I'll show you, hangman.
All right. Swing away, Ray. Swing away. Still, why is this man coming out here with a fucking safety helmet for a mask right now?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Omos comes out of the woods once or twice a year. It takes him that long to get there.
Omos literally is Sam Squanch.
Right. Crowd is on fire for sure. They're loving this.
Is this though not it? I'm so interested of. We've got like gray ass goatee Rey Mysterio here and everything.
He's on his last hurrah, my guy. Sometimes we go gray. Sometimes gray is the way.
Just I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Backstabber.
This guy's
Booyaka 619.
It's Rey Mysterio Sr.
Seriously.
Oh, there you go. In stereo.
Stereo Centon 619. And is this the culmination of the feud?
No. Carlito with the win, maybe, but I almost felt like this was leading to like Ray and crew at Mania and some type of thing, but maybe not.
If you do, it's got to be a multi-person match. But then again, so when Legado wins, then we just keep it going. And then when do we move on past that? What next level can we get? So I think this might be the payoff.
It could be. I'm curious to see where this goes then. Yeah, I don't know what the Robo mask is interesting.
Yeah, literally again, the man, it's 2 sizes too big for his head here.
Yeah.
But so far tonight, we've had The Rock acknowledge Roman Reigns. We then had Tiffy Time versus Naomi. We had the women's tag title match to where we had the payoff there to where Dakota finally turned and showed her true colors. And now we've got Ronald Mysterious back here. So, and on top of that, we had Jade showing up backstage. We have literally, there has not been a beat skipped here.
Not at all. Not at all. It's been, like I said, it feels like gas pedal down tonight, folks. I hope everyone out there is enjoying the show. We are on another commercial break. RKO coming up next. Again, it doesn't stop. And to me, it's not just the big things that we're getting or the key points that we expected. It's all the little side add-ons to everything. Ray's back, Jade's there. You know, it's just all this little nuance to the show. And it feels like it's just been on a full clip for now. We've been live for 2 hours. It does not feel like it.
Well, I mean, on my bladder it might have, but beyond that, yeah. But man is saying, Nick, you can have Tiffy Time. I'll get electrified, Bubba. So he's a man of after your own passion there. You got to fight this man.
Yeah. We might have to, fight you for that one there, Mana.
But WWE is on fire, absolutely.
Dun, dun, dun. Shogun is a very good show.
I have not watched it yet. I have
not.
What about?
It's funny because I've been watching Reacher, which brings me back to fucking, Blue Mountain State.
Getting Thad Castle.
Thad, and I can't help but see Thad. Just bring it, KJ. Let's go. I mean, there's Lola too, so maybe we can go on a double date. We'll call
no. You can't have Lola. You pass her aside.
I'm being kind, sharing his caring.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Lola from the block.
Right. All right. I mean, I don't want to give up Electro, but I mean, Lola, hi, how you doing?
Nah, you gotta fight him. But KJ is gonna go and fight that man. He's gonna go take a pause for the cause here. BS. Blue Mountain State is legendary, and they are bringing back a sequel, I believe. Yes, no, 100%. There's a whole list out there with Trailer Park Boys, Always Sunny, Blue Mountain State. I'm glad Blue Mountain State's coming back. But speaking of legendary, we are legendary. What? So make sure you be a friend, tell a friend. It costs you nothing, but it means the world to us if you just drop our link anywhere you're talking wrestling. Anybody that you know that coulda, shoulda, woulda, were a wrestling fan. Make sure you let them know about us. Just help us keep growing by the minute as we're still taking over the game, growing faster than nobody here. Faster than anybody. Sorry, Jesus. With 4K subscribers, 1 million plus views, everything like that inside of 2 years. And again, thank you to everybody that tunes in. That's really the biggest thank you, honestly. Did you see they made a movie? Yes. Which show are we referring to? But I believe Blue Mountain State did also make a movie. Yeah, I watched. Me and actually one of my brothers actually had it was our bonding time watching Blue Mountain State, respectfully, and just binge watching that whole series. And he's also the one that halfway got me into Game of Thrones for a good bit there, but then I kind of fell off. Wrestling for Life, current legends, current, present, future, past, everything. Absolutely. Monday Night Raw, Day 1, 2025, Roman versus Braun on Netflix. Honestly, shit, that almost could be an actual option here. Realistically, we were talking all the way at that point in 2025 here. But yeah, Braun Breaker is a guy that has a world title in his future. And I'm so glad that we got all of my worries have been set aside. I don't have to be out here in my pink bathrobe and everything, just cutting promos like Dave LaGreca. That we had Dwayne, the head of the table, the high chief, acknowledge your tribal chief. So that was a huge iconic moment. As next Friday, we're getting advertised at Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross. And let's go. Both of these guys, again, not top of the card, but it's felt good throughout it. And also, Logan Paul returns next Friday. So again, we've had nothing but a stacked show so far tonight, and we're doing nothing but just reloading the chambers. We're just reloading rounds into this fucking system here right now for next week. As we've got British Strong Style, I refuse to call them New Catch Republic because it sounds like a fucking offshoot of Old Navy or something here. If Old Navy and Banana Republic had a bastard child, it would be New Catch Republic or something, with Gap being the stepfather. But British Strong Style out here saying they want a WrestleMania match to Nick Aldis here. Jim Carney. So we're going to get an announcement as we got to cut it off because we got distraction, but Aldis saying that he's been talking to Pierce. So we're going to have an announcement when it comes to the tag team division per WrestleMania. As now we've got LA Knight. Yeah. Showing up.
Yeah.
With everybody saying KJ White. Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, he told AJ not to be there.
I mean, is that going to stop him? A 20-hour flight didn't stop this man.
Right?
This man flew across the damn world. Freebird, poor LA Knight.
Why poor LA Knight?
TNA.
Pretty much. LA Knight and Nick Aldis with AJ Styles.
I'm going to get this chair custom fitted for a hat. Is he still walking around with the chair?
He brought it through customs.
Now, is that surprising that flew through there?
Right. But here comes Kevin Owens. I'm guessing commentary. Oh, no. I think Richard, I don't know if I can trust you.
Nah. No.
Not yet. I heard that AJ Styles only has 2 years left on his contract. Sounds about right. And I don't know. This could be the final run of AJ Styles.
Last I saw is he feels that he needs that world title.
Yeah.
And he said that he needs that to kind of feel like that's the good cap, at least one run with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so how do you feel? Because I've started to become a really big fan of this now. They announced that we've got one match to go. So they're announcing that this is the main event now of Randy Orton versus Austin Theory. As you said, we've got KO on commentary.
Yeah. Feels like it's been a sprint, my friend, but I think we're going back to commercial. Damn it.
Right.
But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting the main event. We are going to commercial. We are about to see how this all plays out. KO at ringside. So he's still very much in this storyline, but Randy Orton will take on Logan Paul. No. Yeah.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory. Wow. I completely bricked on that. But yeah, no, Randy Orton's going to take on Austin Theory, and we'll see how KO plays in this. I know Austin Theory has his douchey buddy in Waller, so that might be a play. I will remind everybody again, we are sticking around for Rampage / Smackdown post show, and we will be back tomorrow. 2 shows. That's right. Double header Saturday as we take on both House of Glory Reckoning and AEW Collision. Wow, AEW Collision for both shows. It's going to be a fun one. It's our birthday. So if you know of anybody that likes wrestling, give them our link. We want to hit 4K for our birthday, and we're almost there. We're climbing by the second, and we are back Sunday for Revolution. Crazy weekend here on the channel. Going to be a fun time. We got lots to get into, and I can't wait for it, Nick. It's going to be a good time.
Oh, absolutely. Well, does Revolution not kind of feel like the season finale for AEW? Like it's going to be this whole new restart after that. We're going to have the new logo, Sting's done. This feels like this is going to be paying off a good bit here, I hope.
Yeah, like that's my hope, that it like Revolution is a real opportunity to reset. You start the next Dynamite. We talked about the new logo. Makes me laugh because NXT's yellow, essentially yellow. SmackDown is blue. Raw is red. The new Dynamite logo is yellow, blue, and red as the accent colors. I found that very auspicious, but nonetheless, I digress. It is what it is. But
it's a rainbow, like the SpongeBob gif of nobody cares.
But yeah, we definitely have an opportunity here for a reset, a new, like starting things on a new foot, heading in a new direction, and really kind of finding some groove here. I have not been impressed with the 2024 of AEW. I didn't think 2023 was their best year. So I really hope that they have a chance to pivot and change and get better and offer a better product, utilize your better talent. Stop giving us Jericho versus luchadors. Stop with the census booking. We proved it here tonight. The first chunk of this show was can't miss, and it had nothing to do with a wrestling match because you make people care. You get people invested in the characters and the stories, and whether you want to admit it or not, that is what you are trying to accomplish as a wrestling company on TV.
Well, you got, even sales pitch extraordinaire there, Captain Blue Chew Conrad saying Tony books matches, he doesn't book stories. That's the problem. Point blank, period.
And again, the matches, fine. If every match was a banger and I think that's kind of how they present it. We watch Wrestling Revolver, we watch GCW, but the matches aren't great. And even the live crowds, they're small. We saw it, we talked about it. Sting comes down from the rafters, and as the camera pans, you realize it's an empty building for the most part. And that's what you want to see change. I want to go back to the days of AEW packing buildings. I want 20,000 people at Arthur Ashe. I want to see it fucking excel and grow.
But you can everything AEW right now currently respectfully is booked like a compilation video of just here's a bunch of really what we think is cool shit all packaged together. It's a fucking mixtape.
Yeah.
But the mixtape doesn't play every week. It drops and then you listen to it and then you move on and you wait a month till the next mixtape. Much like when we have a Wrestling Revolver show, a House of Glory show, etc. Versus this is supposed to be weekly television 3 times a week on a major fucking platform.
Yeah.
You need something more than just if you know, and if you don't, we're going to talk shit to you because you don't know. You need to open this up to a wider audience, to a wider spectrum.
Yeah, and again, like Claudio taking on Ragudo is not going to help. Jericho taking on Astro or Asta or Atlantis or whatever the fuck. Like, that's not helping move the needle. People aren't tuning in to see that. They're actually tuning out. Putting the butts in a prominent position that they can't handle and can't, convey properly is not helping your viewership. Come up with a better approach. Book the people that are exciting. Book the people that can both deliver in the ring and on the stick, and everyone will be happy.
Right. Anytime you mention about someone being good on the stick, I think it's a fucking hockey reference just because you're
RKO for the win. Happy Bubba birthday. You thing from another world, you. LOL. Fair enough. Randy versus KO versus Paul. I think that might be what's up. We might actually get a little
LA plus AJ, or no,
no,
that's
LA
probably
and AJ are separate. They have their own match.
allegedly.
That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like Randy and KO could have some issues here tonight. The Stunner versus the RKO.
Yeah, because they're not exactly, it's not like we're best of buddies here or anything like that. Like they even had their little interactions. So
Yeah. Do you see this clip? I saw this going around. It made me laugh. I can't move. I'm trying, bro. I can't move.
I know we've said this. Logan Paul, as much of an actual douchebag he just kind of gets it when it comes to pro wrestling. He's in that realm, and I don't want to say this lightly, of a Kurt Angle that just took to it like a fish to water, had no background in it, and just took to it naturally.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, because he gives a shit. And that's the difference, right? Like, it's not coming in just to get a paycheck. He legitimately wrestles and he sells and he puts in the work. And you can't, yeah, he might be a giant walking douche outside of the ring or outside in his real life, but in the wrestling world, it works. And once he dug into who he really is, he's been a great heel champion. Can't fault the guy.
Absolutely. And good character work the whole time. Like good on the mic, good athletically in the ring. We've even joked, and everybody else has too, of he hits, finishing moves of other wrestlers better than they hit it.
Yeah. No, he really does. As Randy Orton on the second rope. Still got
symposium here.
Yeah, still got about 13, 12 minutes left on the clock.
I don't know. Randy might run off another 3 or 4 of this with his fucking intro here.
Right.
The thing is this isn't going to be a long match. We ain't got the time for it to be a long match. So This just feels like we're just holding place here.
And here we're off and running.
Who you got? And why is it
Randy? It's Randy all the way.
Yeah. Rapunzel. Pronouns, pal. I get it. Is it time for Randy to get new theme music? No.
Nah, it's too iconic.
Yeah, right. Some people, you just get stuck with it if that's your theme music now. If you change it up, it gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, like what are you going to have him come? Like everyone, when we see him, we want, we quote his music all the time because of who he is and what it means. So, yeah, I mean, some things are just not meant to be played with.
Right. I mean, Christ, even Austin always still had similarly the same music. It just had different variations.
Yeah.
Even yeah.
Randy for the win, RKO for the win. Do we get a triple threat with KO, Randy, Logan? Possibly.
Kevin just slap him on the desk. Yeah, hey, slap him on the desk.
Oh, Waller getting involved.
Oh, into the ring post goes Randy.
Orton is a complete machine. Yeah, no, Orton's one of the GOATs, man. I mean, the guy has been a killer.
And he's the Mount Rushmore of the Ruthless Aggression era. Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
As we're going to commercial break.
Oh, who earns? The match just started, bro. I'm trying to get into this shit.
What is capitalism?
I wonder where KO's emotional support koala is. He couldn't bring it back with him. He couldn't get through with it.
Tucked under his beard. That's the gray in his beard. It's just the koala just hanging there.
Yeah, we saw what happens when you leave frogs in Australia. You can't bring koalas to the States. Same thing.
I see you played Knife Spoony before.
Now, is it interesting? Like people speculated that Cody and Seth were going to be on the show tonight, and they weren't.
But they're clearly teased for next week. That's where they've got answers. So
yeah,
I think it's just at this point, just keep throwing it out. It builds up nothing but fucking speculation and buzz.
No, I love it. And like I said last week, I said it on Monday. It's we want it all, but they're just giving us breadcrumbs. They're just giving us little bits, and you're going to keep paying for more, folks. You're going to keep coming back for more, right? They didn't give us Cody and Seth could have came running out tonight and saying, "Oh, we accept," but no, we gotta wait. We gotta tune back in. Like it's It's the carrot on the stick, and you need it.
Right.
Cody will work a dark match. There you go.
No, I hated that when they did that. Of like they kind of advertised Cody to be on the show, and then he just shows up as a dark match. Like, fuck you.
Right. Yeah, there you go. He did. He said, we want to know next week. So we'll see what happens there. Where's Hot and Flexible? She was having some issues with her finger. She had an infection, multiple infections, plus her storyline and the way they were booking that sucked. So, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I guess. But yeah, no, we had to move on.
Are we really missing anything?
No.
With no CJ Perry in pro wrestling.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not sorry.
Right. Poor Naomi. She pretty much just got back and in her second match, and they had her lose to Tiffany. Yeah. I mean, so be it. Someone's got to lose. And it was a great match. I'm okay with it. Tiffany building up her resume. Naomi already has one.
And Naomi looked strong throughout that match. This is literally what I was talking about during this whole match is
of course.
It's literally exactly that of she still looked strong. She was still in dominant control throughout most of this match. Like
it wasn't
what the else do you want them to do? They just shove everybody aside. Well, Naomi signed, and so she's instantly going to be in the title picture. No, the other company does that.
Well, here's the irony of it all, Nick, is on one hand, you have Braun Breaker destroy Zion Quinn, and people are like, oh, we hate the squash match, and da-da-da, it should have been more. And then you have Tiffany in a legit match and to go over a legit talent to build her up. And people are like, well, you can't do that either. What can you do then? So Tiffany should have fought Xia Li in a 3-minute match and we would have called it even. You can't. I mean, fickle people. Fickle.
Is it a trait of wrestling fans if you just can't enjoy things of like, I imagine some of these people in their day to day, and I'm not saying specifically you, sir, but I'm saying that the diehards that are really about that, that like, so you just enjoy nothing throughout your day. You're just miserable about everything. Like you're mad at even the choices you made of like, well, I shouldn't have watched all of this instead of this. Like, what the fuck? How is there no pleasing you?
Oh, wow. Randy slipped off the rope and still turned it into a suplex.
And even just stretches the back a little and just throws it up.
Right. That's how you work a botch, folks, from a pro. You don't go back up and start over again. You just work through it.
Safely.
Right. Seth helps him when the bloodline interferes in the dark match. Fans go home happy. Fair enough. Yeah, now, I'm okay with that.
Here's a question, and I don't know if I've posed it to you yet or not, as the Randy Orton can catch him suplex there or side slam.
Right.
Could Seth's obsession with the bloodline of to where he's out there asking Drew to be involved in this, that, and the third. Could even Drew get involved if we have a tag match of just fuck you, Seth, and fuck you, Cody?
Well, but the side caveat of Seth asking Drew to help take out the bloodline.
Well, that's what I was getting at, but I was saying has Seth's obsession with the bloodline, could that be the downfall, the detriment to his own situation of you were so infatuated you didn't see the forest before the trees?
Yeah, no, again, I think that could definitely add to the element of why did this champion lose? Well, he put his body through hell and he had a big challenge coming up and he was distracted. We've seen that how many times, but even Ringsider Anthony letting everyone know Naomi is fine right now in WWE. She is perfect.
And me and him had it out about it as we've got a drape over DDT from Randy Orton here.
Damn, Theory of 72. Yeah, he's young. He's new. He's young. Relax.
Right. He's got his vinsectomy. He's still walking that off.
Right.
Man out here saying you can't please people who don't want to be pleased, Nick. It's like being married. Well, as a man who's in that situation,
I
think that's a little on you too as well.
Just nod, bro.
Just smile and wave if you're being held hostage.
Right. Theory blocking it, throwing Randy into the ring post. Good match.
Oh,
nice. Blockbuster.
No, I didn't even know if that was really a blockbuster. It looked like
Or-
Rainey counted it into like he just tossed him in a suplex.
Yeah, kind of looked like a back body drop.
Yeah, Samoan drop there.
Way
Randy
better
Orton
than
the
this
bloodline
angle.
confirmed.
The angle was a lot better.
The angle of the dangle.
I predict AJ Styles, LA Knight are going to fight all over the place. Probably. It's potential. It's got potential.
Well, they've already fought in other countries, so does that not count as all over the place?
Fair enough.
The man took a 20-hour fight,
Ooh.
tested his whole theory on if the earth is flat to get there, to fucking whoop some ass just on some petty bullshit.
Absolutely.
Should the Hater of the Year award not be a new award announced for the Golden KJ? Because so far we've had AJ Styles, The Rock, and Drew McIntyre have all thrown their hats very much in there.
Naomi's not even close. She had a good match, and she came up on the short end by a hot younger talent. Guys, again, it takes a blink of an eye to get Naomi back where you want her to be. It's one loss. Fucking relax.
Right. It's okay just because your action figure has a little bit of a boo-boo because you didn't book them to go over. It doesn't mean that they're a jobber and you got to throw them away now.
I feel like it's the 2K generation. They're so used to playing like their own career mode where they never lose.
Their own universe. Oh, roll through it.
What an RKO.
Oh, mean with it. 3 count. And we still got Tom on the clock.
Theory's okay. I mean, I don't think Theory has a bad. Oh, here comes Waller, which is going to bring in KO.
KO. Tag team match play. Holla, holla, holla.
Absolutely.
Now, is this where what Logan talks about and pines about when it comes to next week? Because he's going to be there next week, and we start to get this. That man did a fucking rock stunner and a half. If Scott Hall's rock stunner,
RKO.
God damn the elevation on these moves, and it's not a mutual understanding, but it's a stare down between the two.
Fist bump, fist bump.
But it was still a little bit of that. I could have had you, motherfucker.
Look at the sell on this RKO.
The fucking height.
And then on the stunner, too.
Oh, the stunner was if Scott Hall and The Rock both sold a stunner at the same time. That's what that was. That just, man, just complete cartwheeled out of that.
Keyshawn's got a good point here. And generally, that's what people have to realize is a lot of what you see on Twitter, people already don't like, they didn't even watch the show. They just heard Naomi lost. And then they start running it up the flagpole. It's ridiculous.
Again, sorry, go ahead.
That's it. That's all I got.
No, I was just going to say, as we're both here live, as much as we are, covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling, across the board, it's now becoming blatantly apparent to see a lot of these people that never even watch the show that just take narratives that they've just pulled, like you said, off of Twitter or whatever, and just run with that as fact when it's literally, if you actually watch the show, that's not at all what happened. That's not at all factual. That's not at all accurate. That's a terrible take.
Yeah.
But they just spew it out there like fucking hot garbage.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown has come to an end. We will take your rating out of 10. What did you think? And we are going to start Rampage momentarily. So make sure you get in the chat, stay in the chat. But very curious what people thought of SmackDown tonight.
I mean, how do you almost not give it a 10 or at least a 9? Like, shit. You could maybe give it a 9 because it tapered towards the end-ish. That's be the only thing. So I'll say a 9.
Yeah, I'm going to match you with a 9 in the sense of, yeah, you know what? You know, we didn't have a whole, I mean, if anything, if you want to be a little bit critical, not a lot of, I mean, the in-ring was fine tonight. The main event was decent. Yeah, I mean, there's room that they could be a perfect show, but tonight was a solid fucking 9.
It's almost, you feel like you got to save the perfect 10 there, though. But yeah.
Right? But yeah, no, foot down to the gas, foot down to the floor on the gas pedal the entire night long. as I got the intro for Rampage, which is different than the last time I remember watching it. But yeah, let's go. 9 out of 10. 10 if not for all the blackouts in the opening. Hell of a show. You can't take a point off for the blackouts, so can you?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Oh,
You
we don't
absolutely
even know whose fault it is.
Technical issues.
What if
Fuck you.
What if I didn't have technical issues? So what if it was a Fox issue?
Okay, so then you get the Canadian exclusive. You can give it a 10. I'm going to give it a 9.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think Theory just outdid both Rock and Scott Hall with that bump.
Literally.
Being a hater is very profitable on Twitter. At times it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's very profitable on Twitter, very detrimental in real life.
Yeah, no shit.
Sometimes
As here comes Rugido.
In real life.
Sorry, I'm getting Rugido. Rugido.
Who?
Rugido.
Figaro.
9 out of 19. Solid main event. Good SmackDown. 9.5 says Damien. 9.5 and agree. Boo to those damn random blackouts during the Bloodlines promo. Yeah, sorry, folks. 9 out of 10. 0 out of 10. No Trish. All right, you need a new gimmick, sir. Ops 9 out of 10. Oops, 9 out of 10. There you go. 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
I'm so confused. What the fuck is this man's gimmick? Are you a lion? Are you a werewolf? Are you?
He looks like one half a main event.
Literally, honestly, he looks like what's the guy? Do you remember the guy from WCW that had the little mime shit and everything that was like pulling out that was doing all the magician shit and everything? I know it's very a niche thing to try and remember.
Off the top of my head, no, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, no, this is just all sorts of what the fuck.
Right, 8 out of 10.
And again, sorry, this is the fan base that if you don't know who Figaro is out here, that you're a bad wrestling nerd. How dare you? Shame on you, Sean, non-believer.
Right, 9 out of 10. I legit forgot about Rampage after SmackDown tonight. That's a common occurrence.
We wish we did too, and Tony did too.
Yeah, like, and again, the BCC is fighting FTR on Sunday. So what should we do 2 days before? Put Claudio in a match with a Lucha Lion,
who we've never introduced. We've never had on the show before.
Right. 8 out of 10. Very good things on tonight's show. 10 out of 10 says Curtis. 7 out of 10. No Ava's upper lip. Fair enough. 8 out of 10. The only flaws for me was the cutout censorship. LOL. Yeah, I can't even speak to it because I didn't get it. But yeah, I mean, tonight cooked. Like I said, it was everything cooked. Every time you turned around, there was something, and it was all about WrestleMania. Every little detail. Dakota Kai turns, Jade shows up, LA's looking for AJ, KO and Randy are bumping fists, but we're not sure how long that's going to last. And the Bloodline, Randy, The Rock, Roman, I mean, that was wicked. Period.
We were tested. That was fucking cinema. That's 100%. The highlight of the week of wrestling, let alone tonight.
Oh, but Naomi lost. Well, WWE sucks. Naomi lost.
Are we gonna coin the Naomi crybabies out here?
Yeah.
You can take your glow sticks and know what to fucking do with them. Just ask, the Cody crybabies. They'll show you what to do.
Right. And I'm an AEW supporter currently trying to be. Listen, we're a very big AEW supporter here. It's just we call it the way it is, and if the company treats Rampage like an afterthought, we have no choice but to think it as an afterthought. 9 out of 10.
Fucking fans like afterthoughts. What are we talking about?
Like, this is where we were talking about Braun Breaker. Like, Cesaro should have gotten the ring, slammed this guy on his head, and went home.
This looks like one of the guys that fought fucking Nacho Libre out here. Nacho!
Funny. 9 out of 10. What did you think about the comments by Wrestling Observer called TNA Wrestling the worst promotion in wrestling? KJ and Nick. That's because they're not paying attention to actual wrestling. They don't.
That was Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez just looking in the mirror and just saying you're the worst, and then they just thought that they were talking about TNA because that's really what that is. They are the worst.
Yeah, Meltzer's got to be careful because his favorite company is being challenged right now by TNA, and TNA seems to have maintained their stride even after the Scott situation. They seem to be heading in a good direction. Next week's Sacrifice is going to be fun. They got big pay-per-views coming up. I don't think I think they're doing a lot of good stuff.
Being challenged by TNA, they're being challenged by little people wrestling on Netflix. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, you ain't even in that league. Like, you're in the minor leagues. You're in the G League. You're in the XYZ league out here.
Yeah, we got a Hurricane Rana to a man. Oh, almost missed his tope.
Well, it looks like he's got a toupee on his head, Joe.
I guess we can't share how we feel without getting talked down to. Yeah, it was just a great match, and both looked strong, but they of someone else. But I feel how I feel, and I'm not sorry. I didn't ask you to be sorry, but accusing us of talking down to you seems silly to me. If you can't take the truth or take our answer, I'm sorry, but you can go to other channels where they just block you for having a different opinion. I would say, out there, we're one of the nicest groups of people. We talk to the chat constantly, and we're okay with disagreeing. But we are right when it comes to the fact that Naomi is just fine.
Yeah, no, we're just talking on. We ain't talking down to you. I literally even sat there and pointed out of not trying to talk down to you, just giving you the counter argument. But if you can't take the counter punch, then maybe don't throw them hands.
Right, stiffen that upper lip. You'll be all right. Yes, you can. It made the promo unwatchable, but it wasn't unwatchable for me, so I'm still sticking with my shit.
Right.
I don't know who to blame.
Stardom is a better promotion than TNA. I wouldn't even know. What? So you're just throwing shit out there now.
Right.
Fuck you, Boston. Hey, Boston, I say this, man to man, with every bit of me. Fuck your story.
Jerry, good to see you. KJ Nick, are you ready for Rampage? Cause I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Why are you gonna cry, Jerry?
Don't cry. If you cry, then I cry, then we're all gonna cry.
Well, I do, on a side note, think it was a nice touch that Tony, at least he's got it at his disposal. He asked Martha Hart, are you cool with doing the drop down spot and everything? Obviously, because you hadn't seen that. He reached out and she gave, I guess, her blessing because Sting hadn't done it since Owen's thing because of Owen and everything. So she gave her okay to do it. So we got that spot. Now, granted, you also have your very nerdy niche reference, like I guess the bats hanging in the locker room was a reference to Sting's last Nitro promo, which you're all the way a fucking message board warrior if you remember that shit. So
listen, I will be very direct and on the record, and I don't care who disagrees with me. That's all to you. They had an opportunity to make Sting's last Dynamite feel all about Sting. I mean, you could have inserted, people talking about Sting, saying what they meant, what Sting meant to them, what Sting meant to the business. You could have shown. I know you can't get your hands on WCW content, but you can get your hands on your own content. He's been in your company for a while. Show some clips of Sting falling through tables and his debut at Winter is Coming. The reason why we still do Winter is Coming because Sting. You could have paid homage to Sting that whole show. He repelled from that ceiling at the 11th hour, like at the last minute. Here comes Sting, and that was my issue. You could have done it more about Sting. You could have made it all about Sting, and I think that was a missed opportunity.
His whole promo after the show should have been on air. I've said this for the longest time. We've both said this. The whole Sting retirement tour has felt nothing about Sting. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, again, and I was a little critical of some of the booking leading in this way. I still don't like the Young Bucks in this situation. I don't like where this is heading, but we'll see. I'm hoping that Sunday is outstanding. The rumor is, as it should be, that match will be the main event, but I don't know how. The Young Bucks beat Sting and Darby, and then what? Like the Young Bucks leave as champions, and Sting and Darby hug, and then we get like a thank you Sting clap at the end of it all.
Yep. That's what they're hoping. That's what they're hoping.
What a flat finish. Like, that's unfortunate.
what is AEW? Nick Bray is saying, guys, wrestling is a sport. All sports talk is opinion, and opinion to each their own. Absolutely. But that's what even KJ was saying, what I've said, what we've said all the time, what everybody even says around here. We're not pundits, we're not personalities, we're not reporters, we don't claim to be fucking journalists or anything like that. Like half these fuckers on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitch, anything like that. We are having a conversation. We are pundits, we are personalities. We are just having a conversation, talking wrestling. I know as much as KJ knows, I know as much as y'all know, everything like that. So yeah, we welcome the discussion. But we want y'all to be welcoming the discussion just the same.
Yeah. This match is still going, and I have no idea why.
That's why I keep talking about other shit besides this match.
BCC taking on FTR. I mean, again, you have opportunities there to build this up, and you have this instead. It kind of blows my mind a little bit, but at the end of the day, I mean, shit. Again, Claudio's one of your top talent, and he's struggling against this unknown.
Now, granted, we're gonna get all the hate comments. So if you fools, you didn't know that he was a 17-time Lucha champion.
I don't care. KJ yells at me all the time. It's facts. It's true.
Right.
There you go. Fuck yeah. Why do you think I'm always here, fellas? Much props. Come on now. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm just explaining for
no, and I'm pretty sure Nick was talking to the chat more than he was talking to us. And again, it is our sentiment. It's why we've been here for 2 years and we're growing the way we are.
Right.
We listen, and again, we don't always see eye to eye. I do find there's a select group of fans, and they generally cheer for one company more than the other, that get very, very offended if you don't agree with them. That's all.
Yeah, that's really the issue, is just be willing to have the discussion. Because Christ, we've sat there and had it out with each other.
We've screamed at each other, yeah.
Literally, even off camera. You saw what you see live. You wait to see post scenes. Yeah. Twisted Revenge, AW Creative is always behind the 8 ball. Pun intended. They still book themselves like it's still the pandemic. That's, well, when you get the same attendance, I mean, it kind of fits. That's kind
of funny. Yeah.
Mark letting us know, apparently Fox was censoring a unalive sign in the crowd. Reasons
really?
According to Twitter. So just ask the fucker to leave instead of interrupting the whole promo every 2 seconds.
You can't keep blinking that. That's bad. No, don't do that. But it didn't get blinked in Canada, so apparently we're okay with it.
Yeah. Go Trudeau. He hates Rocky. He's a Cody crybaby too.
Right.
True. All I did was say I wasn't down for Naomi winning, and look how you two are carrying on. Don't throw hands. I just got here, so I don't know what up, but for me, it feels like an overreaction.
Yeah. Okay.
You do you, boo boo.
I don't think so. I think the response was again, you cut out the part that we're actually responding to. Where you said we were talking down to you. It wasn't about your just opinion. If you had just given your opinion and then gave a counter opinion, we'd be fine. But you said we were talking down to you.
Moving on, because I'm not talking about things that are relevant. I'm trying to like these CMLL matches, but they're a mess. You think language barrier is possibly the problem with these guys so clunky? No, because we saw that, and it's an AW issue more than a language issue, a company issue, anything like that. It's what the fuck, this man was just walking to there. But yeah, you even saw it with Deanna and Madison Rain.
You're not familiar.
That they have experienced wrestling each other. They spent time together in TNA, and still it's paint my numbers here a little.
Oh, now we get the swing. I cannot believe this match is still going. We're 15 minutes into Rampage.
The irony, the country with the freedom of speech, it gets blacked out. Meanwhile, Canada is all good.
Yeah, we got some issues on that front. So yeah, I'm shocked.
We're going swinging though.
Two. Holy shit. And the match, we're going to get a fucking 20-minute time limit draw here.
We're gonna get a commercial. Have we already gotten a commercial break and came back?
We've gone through two pictures and pictures. Canada passing some weird internet laws, not good, too broad. Yeah, we got Bill C-11 that came out. Now they're trying to pass Bill C-38, and we're really trying to fight against it as we finally get the finish to this match. So yeah, I mean, we're working on it.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. I don't know what we're talking about here.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to go into it in case we get.
We don't need to be politics. We're a wrestling channel. We ain't politics.
Yeah, there you go. Let's stay away from it. But yeah, we've done some funny things lately with our basically controlling narratives. Tonight on Rampage, we open and end with the same match. Yeah, that match went fucking 15 strong. Toronto, Vancouver.
Maple Leaf fandom kind of gave it away a little.
Yeah, Ottawa's no fun.
Hey, you put some respect.
We get a handshake. Right. Oh, then Claudio just is mean to the Lucha for no reason. You were cheering me, so I got to do something. Oh, we get chased away by another Lucha. Oh, hilarious. Rigido.
Ricotta? What?
Rigido.
Vigoro. Well, someone was pointing out about the Mrs. Doubtfire reference and everything earlier. Yes.
Right. Oh, blow low.
Want to see my impression of a hot dog?
Oh, there's Cesaro. This is still fucking a thing. Get off the screen. I like Cesaro a lot, but this is killing me.
It's amazing how this took 17 minutes and felt as long as the Rock and Roman segment that took 45.
It actually felt longer.
Why did he just randomly fucking like cartwheel pirouette out there onto the fucking ramp there?
So they're hunting for Sting. Darby did the Sting mask spot. So we're getting the replay of Wednesday night, the big epic moment. Here comes Ric Flair. Now, one of my favorite moments of the night was Ric Flair in the eye poke.
Why?
What do you think of Daddy's Magic's commentary? The thing with that is he only does Daniel Garcia matches, but I think the guy could be used. Like him, like Coke and Diet Coke could have been a tag team that helped make your tag team division interesting. Like we were talking a lot about him cutting really good promos and chewing the gum and felt like old 1985 Anvil Neidhart. Like, I don't know. I just feel like him doing random commentary doesn't help.
Yeah, especially when you already have a crowded commentary table as it is. Like,
yeah,
it's such an unpacking of things. I feel that like, well, you could do that a little bit better. Like you could break down each wrestler and like, how could you book them better?
Right.
Magnus versus what?
Sorry, I was just saying yep to Damien. That's funny as shit.
Oh, fuck me. Don't you say that.
Magnus versus Matt Seidel is coming up soon.
Well, you saying it could be the main event.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Ric Flair eye pokes and sloppy chops all around. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. He's reached past the point of, expiration here, I feel.
When you push it too long, it gets to the point sometimes in all sports where it just kind of gets sad. Like we've seen it with fighters. We've seen it with other athletes where it's just like, just stop. Maybe, you be on commentary, do other things, but physically you're not there anymore. And nobody really expects a man of Ric Flair's age and health to beat up anybody at this point.
Yeah, you just kind of just be there, Rick. Just be the fucking Woo Wings guy. You don't need to be out there, potentially turning heel, gonna sit there and, hit a figure four and all of this and take bumps and everything. No, that time has passed and then passed and passed again.
Yeah. That match was a scramble qualifying match. So now Claudia,
No,
that
the
match,
second one is.
yeah. Either Magnus or Matt Sydal are going to be on Revolution. Like, what the fuck?
It was fine as the Meat Madness match with only 3 people. And then
Right.
Tony Khan had to just get up on the Twitter machine. And these people that are injured in the match that we didn't know were in the match are injured. So we've got to take them out. We've got to completely change this match around into more people in this match just because he always has to have that one match that's like a get right, a make right of like, well, you haven't been booked for 2 months, so let me put you on the fucking pay-per-view.
Get everybody in so nobody's mad at me. Can't leave Jericho out, even though Jericho doesn't have a viable storyline. Can't leave, Hobbs out because he doesn't have a viable storyline. Can't leave Wardlow out. Like, again, if you want them on the pay-per-view, give them viable storylines to make us give a shit about why they're doing this.
Can I just say, because this just made me think about this, that you just sat there and had Wardlow arguably cut the promo of his career.
Right.
And you were almost going to not have him on the show because you have fuck and all for him to do.
Yeah.
So where's that an issue on anything with us? I think that's more an issue on the creative process here of you have this guy who's supposed to be the guy that's going to hand deliver the world championship to Adam Cole. And even still has become an afterthought. That whole faction is an afterthought.
Yeah, again, it is unfortunate. Now we're back from commercial, giving us a hype package for the main event. Well, I guess not the main event is Samoa Joe, Adam Page, and Swerve for Revolution this Sunday.
Does that not? Do you get to where you get the Sting retirement match and then you still have this match?
I don't think so. And here's the question that here becomes really curious. Let's say this match is an absolute barn burner. Let's say they tear it down. No matter who wins. Let's say they have an absolute cooker. Then Sting and Darby come out for a tornado tag match with the Bucks, and it just goes quiet on them. Like, that is a risk.
It's a risk, but I think they have a lot of things in their advantage of it being in North Carolina, being where it is. They have that in their back pocket, so I think that's what they're relying on. That won't happen, but it is a big gamble.
And I understand. Like, I mean, it's hard. It's Sting's last match. You sold the whole pay-per-view around it. It probably should be the main event, but it's a toughie. But yeah. Here comes Lance Archer. He will be in the scramble.
Getting scrambled like eggs out here, but as he's teaming up with the Righteous. And remember when we thought that they were actually going to A, be something in WWE and B, be something in AEW?
I think Lance Archer and the Righteous, even with Jake the Snake, could be a really strong, really viable faction group in this company if they just got used.
Is it just me with the vitamins, but him with the furry thing on his vest here with the red braids, and he's the murder hawk and everything? He looks like a fucking feathered up fucking rooster. Just caw when he's slapping his head around.
Right.
Yeah, you remember when like we all thought this was the devil, like they were involved with this, and instead they've been cast aside, thrown by the wayside.
It's unfortunate. They're so good. The thought that they were coming to NXT or WWE was real cool because we thought the potential that of what they could do. Them coming to AEW, I was pumped. I was like, okay, AEW got them. That's great, and they just haven't amounted to enough or really anything.
If you want to do how everybody thought with the proverbs, the whole vignettes that we got in NXT, you want to redo, you want to bring back an Uncle Howdy thing, anything like that, which granted, the Righteous were allegedly initially going to be involved with Wyatt. This is where you do it. This is your spooky goth. This is your creepy cult. This is your Final Testament. You do something like that with this versus just they show up every now and then on Ring of Honor.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, I think there's a lot of potential here. I'm not sure who they're fighting. Is it 3 local enhancement?
The team of who the fuck is that guy?
What is happening here?
What is Timu Action Andretti here?
Timu Action Andretti. That's
bro. He's got the same hairstyle,
right? We'll see if this match goes 15 strong.
It's getting well. So we've got Vincent versus already in the ring.
Yeah, but nice set of moves there for Vincent, showing off his. I'm such a big fan of Vincent. Dude looks like Rob Zombie. Yes, he does.
Yeah, that's why he could just have a second career as a Rob Zombie impersonator.
Miro did his cuck angle and left.
I saw people say, speaking of Rob Zombie, that Rob Zombie just looks like undead, like zombie Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, I did see that. It made me laugh. Do you have any huge 8-man tag match on Collision tomorrow night? I think we do, yeah.
Are you asking if we want it, or did they book it? I feel like the odds are more in your favor, Katniss Everdeen, that they booked it versus we want it.
We're getting Daniel Garcia, Hook, Trent, and OC taking on Christian, Killshot, Roddy, and Brian Cage. So here's your pay-per-view scrambled and thrown into one match.
Make sure you tune in to Revolution in case you haven't seen this match 7 ways to fucking Sunday. Right. By the time we get to Sunday,
we're also getting Penta versus the Bounty Hunter versus Dante Martin in an all-star 6-man scramble all-star. So one of those 3 men will be in the scramble match on Sunday.
What type of fucking little packet did Tony Khan get to where now he's infatuated with the word scramble?
Scrambled eggs.
Right. That's he had breakfast one day. He actually managed to stay awake and still have breakfast. So now he's infatuated with fucking scrambled eggs here. Everything's a scramble now. And he's like, I don't want meat anymore. I want scrambled. I want scrambled eggs.
Right. As Lance Archer and the Righteous pick up the win. And again, it was pretty quick. So I can be content with that overall.
Is it better or worse that Archer and the Righteous pick up a quicker win than Claudio over Nacho Libre?
I think I like this match better. This was a better match because it made sense. This is how Cesaro should have beat Rugudo.
Vigaro. I feel like this faction, all it's missing is Kazarni a little bit.
Oh, Tony Storm and Deanna will be on Collision. Jericho will be on Collision. We're going to run down as we go now.
We'll hear from Wardlow.
We hear from Wardlow. Best part of SmackDown tonight, Pretty Deadly was not on it. She-Man and Fleewee, the cankers of the universe by the power of numbskulls. That's deep.
That man, are you sure you're not just Big Dog out there with just cutting, fucking biblical shit out there? I feel like he might be, questioning.
Archer should have speared him right when the bell rang. That would have made the match incredible. 100%. It would have made it so much better. Get it over with. Let's go. We didn't need any.
Exactly. You didn't expect that, Boston, huh? Yeah. You didn't expect we'd agree with you, fucker. I saw what you're trying to do,
right? Yeah, no, it would have made it perfect. You're not gonna fucking again. When you have nobodies, they lose, and that's how it's supposed to go. I can see Rob Zombie looking like an undead Macho Man. Think about it. Can't unsee it.
Right? Yeah, but see, you think, therefore I am. So see,
facts.
I am right. Man's out here trying to speak into biblics.
Wait, Revolution is on Sunday? Keyshawn, you watch all of our shows. We call out the shit constantly. Yes, it's on
It
Sunday.
literally sits above this man's head for fucking hours.
Oh, business is picking up because we got Riho.
You call that business picking up? I
Nah,
think that might just be a more Augusta wind is picked up.
I'm just being funny. Think about this. Almost 3 hours ago, we were, talking about some big things. Now we got little things on screen.
Yeah, what the fuck is she wearing? And I don't mean that in like, oh, I'm judging her attire. Just literally, what the fuck is she wearing?
The infantry. Oh.
How
Trish Adora is a part of the infantry. Okay.
Oh, Tan Hut.
There we go.
Where's G.I. Bro?
Let's go. Oh my God, the goat. Yeah, look, Keyshawn's happy. The trifecta.
I like Trish Adora though, but can anyone? I'm not on my indie vernacular. I know the Wuha Nation and everything like that, or Bumaye. Sorry, Maricopa with all of that with MLW, but I don't know the infantry. But a Tan Hut,
right?
Like I said, all we're missing is G.I. Bro and Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, I didn't even know Trish was still hanging around AEW. I hadn't seen her in a hot minute. As we got a battle of strength here.
Bro, she's dancing at the start of the match. The fuck are we? What in the K-pop are we doing? What in the J-pop is going on right now?
I don't even know what to say about this.
Bro.
Would Sheamus really come here? I doubt the rumors. It's the same thing about McIntyre. I doubt those rumors. Again, where would you fit him in? What would you do? Sheamus versus who? How would it work? How would it look? I do not see Sheamus leaving the WWE. I don't. I really don't.
I will say this respectfully. I beg more the question of who would come here. It's getting to that point of you're taking more of a gamble coming here than not coming here.
Again, you talk about a Sasha Banks who wants to be the big fish in the small pond and get paid more than the other company was willing to pay. Works, makes sense. Adam Copeland is not at a point where their WWE is going to book him consistently. So there you go. I mean, again, could Sheamus come here just to fight Adam Copeland? Well, we see how well that's working out for him and Edge right now. So, or him and Christian. So, I mean, again, it's just fit. And okay, so he signs with AEW, gets a big paycheck, feuds with Adam Copeland for a little bit. Then what? Are they going to make it? Could you see Sheamus as AEW world champion?
No.
Doesn't seem to fit.
Sheamus is a Triple H guy. Copeland went here because he wanted to hang out with Uncle Jay. My question's more like a guy like, I mean, Okada halfway, 95% of the roster, but like, Ospreay, etc. Like guys that got still time on the clock, and this is the fucking wagon you want to. This is what you want to hitch your wagon to right now. Respectfully, it's just a little bit more of, and it's not a full knock. It's more of just you haven't shown me anything that if would impress me I believe you're going to handle my career properly.
Yeah, do you end up like Miro or do you end up like John Moxley? Like, I mean, again, it's different. It's varying.
Neither's good. Neither's good.
Well, I mean, Moxley gets booked, whether we like it or not. At least Moxley's in everything, where Miro's in nothing. So it's like two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Well, there's a lot of jokes I could make in there, but I'm not going to touch that.
Who's that? I've never seen her before. Can we get a video about her? I like that. My high school has Jello Wrestling show on April 11th. Will you be streaming that? It's quite possible. You film it. We'll talk about it.
I don't want to touch that.
You're my boy, Blue.
Someone's gonna pass out right at the start of that. That might happen with Ric Flair again. We're still on Wee Woo Watch. We're still on Wee Woo Watch.
That would be Ric Flair. You're my boy, Blue. Woo!
All right, woo wings, and just out like a light bulb. Yeah, like I said, we're still on Woo Watch, but I'm taking Trish Adora in this match because she actually looks like a woman.
Rio is
actually looks like an
100%
athlete.
winning. I would bet my big left toe on fucking Rio winning this match.
My guy, she looks like a leaf in denim.
I know. The cheerleader for the Kabuki Warriors is in the ring. I think Sheamus is overrated, to be honest. I never really cared for him. I was never the biggest Sheamus fan, but Sheamus can go. He can be imposing. He's a good heel. Is WWE hurting because Sheamus hasn't been around? Not really.
How dare you take shots at your ginger brother there? But no, I think Boston's out here just trying to be troll.
I'm kind of with him. Either way, I don't think it's a big deal.
Here's Bam bring up a great point, though, as we're in picture. Orton used AW as a bargaining chip to get a barter contract. At this point, WWE can use AW as a threat during negotiation. You're not gonna lie, you had me in the first half. I didn't read the back end, but that's perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, we saw FTR do it. We've seen other people rumored to have done it. Jade Cargill used it to get jacked up a couple times. But yeah, that's kind of funny. Like, all right, here's your like Sasha Banks. This is what we're gonna pay you, or you can go wrestle with them.
You can sign with us, or you can take your chances with the mystery box over there.
I can't believe Rio was the first AEW Women's Champion. Yeah, I agree with that. I never really got the obsession with Rio, other than she's close with Kenny Omega.
The summer wind was blowing in from across the sea. That's the only fucking explanation.
Facts. This match went through a commercial and still going.
See, I knew it, Boston. Fuck you. But no, I was being a troll with all the other shit. But serious, this is the Sheamus comment. Yeah, sure, right. My guy. You're as serious as Meltzer reporting anything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if Sheamus showed up on Monday and he said, I want the IC title, I could probably get behind it. Sorry, Shorty.
Sheamus could show up the night before WrestleMania and get it dropped into the IC match, and we'd be fine with it. Being honest,
I don't hate him, but I mean, again, I'm not missing him. Like, man, I miss a really good Sheamus promo tonight.
But that shows you the depth, though. That goes to Seth Rollins' comment about how we don't need The Rock. We don't need him right now because we've established where we are. We were already cooking. We were already there. Rock's just been that extra little bit of jet fuel that's just launched it over the moon here.
Absolutely. Rio trying to get the crowd awake.
Don't worry, we'll wait.
619. It really feels like if you look close to the background, Nick, is it like the first 4 rows maybe have people and nobody else? Like,
no,
you almost hear echoes.
It's well past that. I'd say it's probably the first 15. No, you go up a little and then it clearly cuts off. And granted, where's all this passion for this? So we get and then silence for 3 minutes. And then silence again. Like, where's this outcry of, don't you say anything negative about AEW? You're not even fired up for this shit watching this. So why the fuck should everybody else be? What is going on?
What do we get with Ospreay and Okada showing up at the same time? We see that in New Japan, but they really need to separate storylines. And Rio with the win. Rio.
You're shitting me.
She's the Orange Cassidy of the women's division, bro.
She looks like she needs to eat an orange. She needs some fucking vitamin C, something here. Respectfully.
Yeah. No, my biggest curiosity with Mercedes Moné coming in, Osprey coming in, Okada coming in, with all this talent coming into the mix, what will it mean? How will they build the stories? How will they make us care? Because if it's just a series of matches they would really like to have, it's not going to. They're just going to be Jay White.
Literally, the only person excited right now about this fucking result is one like 10-year-old girl in the front row, and they keep cutting to her. Everybody else could give a flying fuck.
Right. Oh. Oh.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Does she dress like a
Raya's creepy brother taking out Angelo Parker?
Speaking of horse.
Oh, dude.
This is just. You remember when you used to stay home from school because you were sick and everything, and fucking shitty ass soap operas were the only thing on besides The Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune. So that's why everyone loves Bob Barker.
Right.
Because you didn't want to watch Days of Our Lives and shit like this. Tony's out here making us watch Days of Our Lives with this bullshit.
Yeah, well, again, it's more like fucking passion. It's just not going so well at all. But
people want to talk about nepotism hires, but don't want to mention how Paige's little brother, who has gotten looked over by anybody and everybody, just well, if I want to keep you, I guess I got to sign him too.
She publicly said that part of the deal of her coming was that her brother would get a chance. Ouch. Like, seriously, you said that out loud.
You said the quiet part out loud. Do you not? But again, though, if you're her brother, respectfully, do you not have any? You have no mamos, you have no huevos. Like, not, right. I want to make this on my own instead of, hey, sis, get me a job.
Right. Who's the guy with Paige? That's Soraya's brother.
He's the man that's elevated living in your parents' basement to now he just lives in his sister's trailer. And that's when he shows up right now.
Yeah. Are we getting Saraya versus Ruby next? It'll probably be Angelo versus Soraya's brother, maybe a mixed tag. Saraya.
That'll be the pre-show on Revolution. That'll be match number 7.
Saraya and her brother versus Ruby and Angelo. Fuck. Did I manifest? I don't want to manifest that one, dude.
Don't you say it. Don't you say that out loud. Don't you put that evil on me.
AEW, where you get signed and your friends and family get to go with you.
And for everybody out there that wants to, oh, well, you guys just instantly hate it. They fucking said it out loud on their own television, building up their main pay-per-view. It's all friends wrestling.
Yeah.
Your top babyface right now in your company said it's all friends wrestling to your EVPs that have been there since day one.
The girl in the front row was Rio's mom. Nick, you looking to sacrifice a whole chicken? I knew we
I might eat a whole chicken. I don't know if I'm sacrificing it here.
Right. Correction, Nick. Soraya's brother lives in a
van parked down by the river.
The driveway of the trailer. There you go. Oh yeah, down by the river is funnier. Is this honestly still going? We still got another 15 minutes.
I got a commercial break. And should we just replay the Rock promo segment?
That's what we should do. We talk about that.
It's not even that there's exactly like it's not fully bad match quality or anything like that, or that they have a lack of talent. It's the pacing more than anything. There's no storytelling, so everything fucking drags. Think about it. We had 45 minutes of a promo segment to start off Friday Night SmackDown, and it felt like they never let off the gas. We've had mostly all matches so far on Rampage, and it feels like they never taken their foot off the brake. Like we're still in park, motherfucker.
Right. I got Mark Henry.
You got, Dave the Crackers 1A to try and get the Rock on Busted Open.
Down by the bay, where the
Oh,
watermelon
this is where.
grows.
So we are going to get the main event.
Yeah, Matt Sydal versus which one is it?
You got your moment there of this is the main event. So Magnus versus Matt Sydal for
I'd
the
rather see
All-Star 8-man scramble.
Oh, Magnus.
Yes, not Nick Aldis, the other Magnus.
The other Magnus.
See, you got your moment. It's been a while since we've had it. It's time for the main event. So he's just the dark version of the werewolf guy we got earlier.
They might be partners.
They look like they would be a fucking tag team.
They might be partners now that you mention it. I thought for a second
you said... He axiomed. He had a mask and a mask. Maskception.
For a second, you said, where's Nickelodeon's Live Boston? Well, I don't know what. Meat Madness replacement qualifier. Yeah. And again, it blows my mind that one of these two men are going to be in like this all-star match. I assume it's going to be Sydal, but I don't know.
I'm gonna just call this the El Pastor qualifying match at this point because we got fucking CMLL and everything, and it was supposed to be a Meat Madness match. So I'll split down the hairs here.
Fair enough.
Remember when Evan Bourne was a fucking popular thing?
Well, yeah, about 20 years ago now.
How the mighty have fallen. Well, that's a shame to say Matt Sydal was ever mighty, but yeah.
Yeah. They had a moment.
Yeah.
But this match should be enter Tristan.
You can tell it's going to be so terrible. You couldn't even say that word right.
Yeah, right? Oh, kick the hand away. No handshake. No respect.
My God, if Rampage was ever encapsulated in one fucking match to let you know the state of Rampage in 2024. This is your main event, folks. So on the other show, we had Austin Theory versus Randy Orton, and that was the low light, probably the slowest moment of that show as the main event with Kevin Owens on commentary. Meanwhile, your main event here is this.
Yeah.
And I get, it's supposed to be a 1-hour show, whatever the fuck. It's still on TV. You still you still use it to progress your storylines. You still use it to build the pay-per-views. Put some fucking effort into it.
Or don't treat it like Level Up and we won't watch it. Because at this point,
they do that with Ring of Honor.
They actually did. And that's all, folks.
But it.
I did like Matt Sydal in TNA. Yeah, I mean, once upon a time, Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal was great, and he still does some cool things, but he's just not relevant anymore, and unfortunate. But yeah, I mean,
he still had one of the best RKO spots to where he hit the shooting star into an RKO.
Mm-hmm. Are we sure the Magnus guy isn't Del Rito in a mask?
No, he's too athletic.
Right. I think it would have been more intriguing if we did a Face of the Revolution ladder match. Then, yeah, we haven't had that mentioned at all.
Do we still need the giant Sonic ring?
Yeah, let's go.
Can't we just have a fucking match that has some actual build instead of these the over budget battle royal, the I forgot to book you, so here's your pay stub, fucking carnival catastrophe shit? Like, can we stop just adding shit to add shit?
Mm-hmm. That's what the All-Star match feels like, of like, sorry, we didn't have anything for you, but here you go.
It's like the celebrity game on All-Star Weekend. No one gives a fuck, so why do we still keep doing it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad there's no commander tonight. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. He'll show up and just old school moonsault off the fucking rope and botch it.
Right? This match continues. Pitcher.
Are we gonna get a run over
No,
on
we're
this
not.
match? Because I got 10 minuto.
Oh, son of a bitch. I was smoking in the boys' room just today. All right. Then you'd stay away from schools, my friend.
I feel like he might be a guy who needs to stay away from schools by the law. He might not have a choice in that matter.
But just to be clear, folks, we will not be taking a rating out of 10 for Rampage. We appreciate everyone who's still here tonight. Hopefully, this is the last commercial break, and we will be gone pretty quickly after this all ends. But we are back tomorrow for our birthday party. It's going to be a fun one. We got the pay-per-view plus AEW Collision, plus we got Revolution on Sunday. Jam-packed weekend, full of action, full of fun. Should be a great one. So make sure you're here with us all weekend long. And yeah, here we go.
KJ just out here, we're wrapping up. He's already throwing the fucking wires and the cables in the back of the van. We're done here.
If we did our stick right now and said goodbye, I'd be good with it. I really don't give a fuck about this match at all. Yeah.
Come on. I want to see if anyone rated this show higher than a 5. Explain yourself if you did.
But yeah, no.
If this got a positive score from you, let us know and why.
It's interesting how DJ Ion, aka a Lowo guy, has progressed compared to Matt. They had great matches in TNA. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. DJ's still kind of relevant right now. Matt, not
Walking
so much.
Wild.
Yeah. AEW Rampage is like WCW main event. Wait, what?
No, it's worse than that.
Right.
Alexis saying the scramble match is everyone versus Jericho.
Get him. What's your early prediction for Penta, Brian Keith, and Dante? If I had to pick Brian Keith.
Yeah, but I always, it's again, we talked about it with Queen Aminata, to where you get signed and the second your pen is done on that dotted line, welcome to the Jobber Club. You're about to take about 7 L's in a row.
Right. I'm not sure tonight's Rampage is worthy. Yeah, there's no point rating it. Like let's just agree that this is not good, and this stream probably would have been better off ending after SmackDown.
No, come on. Where's the vocal minority that's out there of we're terrible wrestling fans because we don't think this is amazing?
Right? They're busy tweeting about Naomi taking a loss.
You don't get you don't respect, Kenyon Arrow coming out there to take on Claudio there.
Right.
Fucking Vigaro.
Minus 10 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Keep them coming. Yeah, 0 out of 10. No Trinity. AEW Dark reminds me of Rampage. Yeah, pretty much.
When the leader of the Hopium tribe gives up on you, I mean, that's just a sad day.
Right. I read this wrong. Yeah, fuck you guys. Rampage was the best. Totally killed SmackDown. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, give us that fight. Come on. Let's have something to discuss here outside of, man, that was a really good SmackDown. Yeah. Why the fuck did we stay for Rampage?
Oh, pancaked. Negative 0 out of 10. Negative 0 out of 10. I love it.
Can you have a negative 0?
No. I think Asuka will turn on Io Sky in order to choose this battle. Bailey and Asuka versus Io Sky and Kairi Sane. Take a nap.
I wonder which happens first, Richard. That or you turn on your actual brain and say something coherent.
Gila bread French toast. Greater than Rampage.
Now you're getting me fucking hungry for fucking breakfast and shit now already.
Village People Keith will probably win. What was the best weekly show this week? SmackDown.
Not even debatable.
Yeah, TNA was good. Dynamite I didn't love. Raw was decent and pretty good, solid. NXT was average, and SmackDown killed.
I like now the scale is broken to the scale is taking its own pause for the cause, Nick. You can have that. That ain't even what KJ's mad at. Dark over Rampage. Jeez, that's the thing is now it's getting. Is this not getting embarrassing?
Again, it's all about how you position it. And because you position it as like one of our secondary shows, you position it greater than it actually is. And therefore, it does feel a little bit like you put this show on in front of not a very big crowd and are trying to convince me, like, what a great Rampage. And it just isn't worth it. It really isn't.
Yeah, I really question what is the audience for tonight? Like, who out there has any sort of positive thing to say about tonight with Rampage?
Oh, there you go. People are going to be talking about this banger tomorrow.
Well, speaking of tomorrow and bangers, pause. As Big Dog, I'm now just going to start calling you man. I'm going to start calling you Big Dog until you prove me otherwise. To celebrate your birthday tomorrow, we're going to have cake, pizza, and beer. We're going to stay up late, swapping manly stores. And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Making waffles.
Oh, you're a girl.
WWE Smackdown ratings go up at 8 out of 10 with Rey Mysterio's return. Okay. Thought it was higher than that.
Well, and even then, still, you can take whole snippets out of that show, like just a segment. Rey Mysterio return. Better than everything we saw tonight. Dakota Kai, the whole turn on her and Bailey, and we've got the damage control angle. Better than anything we saw tonight. The 45 minutes to kick off the show was better than anything we saw weekly in wrestling, I would say.
This is funny as hell.
I told you. Y'all just playing catch up now. I called this.
Seidel is trying his damnedest to make this good. I mean, again, it's a decent lucha match. Like, I mean, I hate to kind of be disinterested, but I really am. Like, they're going back and forth, some false finishes, but again, it's a guy that I don't know and against the guy I don't care about in the main event spot at fucking damn near midnight or damn near 11 on Friday night. Like, it's a tough sell.
That's been the biggest thing, and I guess at the heart of what O.J. Jackson was saying, O.J. Jackson Jr., I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but AEW at times is, who is this versus don't care.
Yeah,
that's really what it boils down to. There's nothing to get you invested. He fucked that all the way up.
And he won. Oh my God.
That was good because that man missed all of the turnbuckle and just cut it all the way down.
Penta will not win to get into the scramble tomorrow.
Why? Because he fucked up?
You cannot have Penta and a CMLL talent in that match.
He just won.
So, yeah, the gold guy wins, which means Penta's going to be one.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. You're gang warfare. You can't have a Crip and a Blood in the same match.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah, Matt Seidel does the job for Magnus, who Magnus will now be at Revolution. You say you want a revolution. Yeah. Mexican number 6 for the win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Rampage. I don't care how you felt about it. I know how I felt about it.
Right. I'm just glad we got the reveal of the man with more.
That is amazing. That's the highlight of the night.
The man that's out here like it's fucking witness protection in the fucking comments, apparently, for Big Dog out here.
Right. But, Nick, I think we're safe to tap out and call it. If you guys are interested, the Revolution countdown show is coming on next. But Nick and I will be back tomorrow for our birthday, and we're going to have a big celebration. It's going to be a fun one. 2 shows, Collision and House of Glory, and then we're back for Revolution. I thank you for being here on a Friday night. What a fun SmackDown. Balls to the wall. A great one. Can't wait to see where the rest of the road to WrestleMania takes us. It looks like it's on fire right now. So, Nick, how do you feel?
I love every single one of you. On Sunday, the Revolution will be televised or at least streamed on YouTube. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you're going to put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Thank you for everything. Good night.